Comedy bang bang, 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 comedy bang bang.
When the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night, I'll be waiting, stench wrench in hand. Welcome to Comedy Bang Bang! Thanks to the Voblex. The Voblex is back.
I haven't understood
a single word I've said. By the way, if this is the first time listening to Comedy Bang Bang, you are lost.
Stench wrench, don't get it.
Don't get it.
The Voblex, you seem very familiar.
Yep. I keep a Voblex under my bed, of course, as we all know.
I ended up hanging my pajamas on it.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, I'm not talking to you.
Well, that's rude.
I will talk to you in a second, though.
Okay. I thought you were just shy, and that's why you weren't looking at me.
Oh, hi. I'm a shy little boy. Welcome to the show.
Oh, look at you. I won't bite you.
Okay.
I will bite you. Oh! Can I tell you a story? I want to share with you a story about
please.
a small child.
By the way, Paul F. Tompkins is here.
Oh, hi. This is a little girl at the age of 4.
Okay.
The child of some dear friends of
Joseph
myself.
and Mary?
Oh, yeah. Now you've sussed out my story. Of course, I want to tell the story of the baby
Jesus'
yeah,
birth.
Yeah.
Did you say a little girl, by the way?
I'm a little girl of 5 years old. Yeah.
Well, I had long hair.
Obviously, it's the story of the nativity.
It is the holiday season. Okay, a little girl, 4 years old.
We had
Little girl.
We had two. What? We had two couples over to our home for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
One of these couples has.
A pilgrim and an Indian.
That's right. What are you picking out there to be the pilgrim and the Indian? When I say we had two couples,
I'm imagining Thanksgiving.
right?
It's, you're trying to bring these two people together again.
So, but two couples. Do you think two couples is two people?
I mean, a pilgrim couple and an Indian couple.
Oh, I see. My mistake. Oh,
or two couples who are married, a pilgrim and an Indian, because that would be the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
like mixed couples.
Yeah, exactly.
One Indian marries one pilgrim.
Yeah.
and then one pilgrim marries one Indian.
So it's a pilgrim man and a pilgrim woman.
That's right.
And they marry
Yeah.
an Indian man and an Indian man.
That's right.
And you would think that they would get together.
That's right.
But instead, it's a pilgrim man.
So we have
an
one
Indian
gay
woman.
couple.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so you have a pilgrim man.
Pilgrim man marries an Indian man.
Indian man. And
Pilgrim woman marries
yes,
Indian
man. Yeah, exactly. And they have a good time. On
Oh, they
Thanksgiving.
have a great time. They have a great time because the first Thanksgiving is so long ago that now they're like, can you believe? First of all, Indians, God bless you for still being around.
Native Americans, yeah. I mean, thanks for coming off the reservation for this Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, and for being so open-minded, you don't mind hanging out with pilgrims after.
That's right. And pilgrims, even better that they're still hanging around.
Yeah. Oh no, they were great people. I wish they were still around.
I really do.
Oh, they were the best pilgrims.
Let's go back to pilgrim times.
Yeah, they had to escape England because things weren't oppressive enough there. They're like, let's start over in a new country and try to oppress as many people as we can.
Yeah, let's do unto them what has been done unto us.
Yeah, with our dumb peasant religion.
Right. That's what it was all about. The pilgrims, they didn't want to study the religion. They didn't want to worship whoever they wanted to worship, right?
Yeah, it was like we are Christian people, and what we want to do is make life miserable for as many people as possible.
So it wasn't about freedom. It wasn't like, hey, we want people to worship whatever they want. It was, we want people to worship what we want to worship.
It was their personal freedom.
Yeah.
And they were driven out of England because England's like, hey, religion's oppressive enough. We got it covered. Mm-hmm. You guys are taking it too far. Mm-hmm. Why does the top of your hat level off?
Let's make it pointy.
Because they were afraid of being accused of being witches.
Yeah, exactly. And was that the Salem witch trials and everything? People were like, look, witches, we hate how your hats are pointy. Chop them off.
You know what I think it was? I think that you might have something there. And I also think witches, if they wanted to escape persecution, should have just like inverted the tops of their hats.
Yes.
Like if they sent some pilgrims coming with their witch powers.
My witch sense is tingling.
By the pricking of my thumbs.
Oh, the mole on my nose is
buckle-hatted pilgrims
twitching.
this way comes.
I was doing the bard.
the immortal bard.
I was doing a bard parody.
You were bard libbing.
Yeah, I was bard libbing. I was bard libbing.
Shout out to my old teacher, Charlie, for coming up with that phrase from 25 years ago.
Like if you couldn't remember the words to Shakespeare.
If you were
just
in a
bullshit your
Shakespeare
way
play
through.
and you were just like, oh, fuck, I can't remember my lines. Then
Right.
you say a bunch of stuff like, forsooth,
Yeah.
I verily methinks.
And I do know that upon this day I shall know the way to go.
That's bard libbing. That's some pure bard lib action.
And a little bonus Brian Blessed impression.
I want to get to this story about the 4-year-old in a second, but I feel like we've gone too long and are just riffing, nonsensical riffing. People don't know what they're listening to yet. You're listening to the best of part 1 of Comedy Bang Bang.
Who would start with this?
A lot of people do.
Because they think, oh, well, I'll just listen to the best of.
And a lot of people say, hey, if you're trying to get your friend into the show you like, you say, start with the best ofs. I hear that all the time. So this is probably, there are a lot of people listening to the show for the first time right now, and they don't know what exactly they're listening to. I am the host.
Their friends won't shut up about it.
Right.
They have no interest in listening to it.
And up till now, they have despised it.
Absolutely. Actively despised
Actively
it.
despised what we have just recorded in the last 5 minutes.
You don't think anyone would find it charming? Any first-timers?
I think there would be a lot of confused looks to themselves in the mirror because they're listening by themselves.
Yeah, they got
I better get to a mirror so I can
earbuds in.
confused look at myself.
Yeah.
You're listening to Comedy Bang Bang. I am the host, Scott Aukerman, and this is my friend Paul F. Tompkins, who is occasionally on the show. You've
Yes.
been on it a little bit more this year than normal.
I think twice,
I think you've been on twice this year.
Yeah.
But Paul is usually on the best ofs with me. And we are going to be counting down what listeners have voted as the top 15 episodes of Comedy Bang Bang for 2014. And we're going to play clips, large chunks actually, from these shows. Excerpts, exactly. Paul, you have said exactly what I am trying to think of.
Thank you.
And you have mind read that from me. And
I just want to help with my mind-reading powers.
thank you. We are going to be doing these about 4 episodes at a time. We're going to count down 4 episodes today. And we have 4 of these best of episodes coming out over the next 2 weeks. So we'll have one today, just came out. We'll have one on Christmas Day. We'll have
Christmas Day?
Yes! The one as big as me. We'll have one a week from today on Monday will come out, part 3, and then part 4 will come out on New Year's Day.
Oh, there we go.
While you're watching the Rose Parade.
There we go.
So Paul and I are going to take everyone through this, and that is what you're going to hear. Today we'll be counting down 15, 14, 13, and 12. So
15, 14, 13, 12. That's 4 episodes, if I'm
4
not much
episodes
mistaken.
right there. All right.
And
Yes.
is that all? Are we just going to hear clips from the ones that the people have voted the best?
It is interesting that you bring that up because
I'm an interesting person.
because normally we would have what I call bonus clips. We're not doing those this year. So thank you for bringing that up.
Because it's work.
You know what? I felt like it was cheating. And as we know, cheaters never prosper.
How did you feel like it was cheating?
Well, because people vote for these episodes.
Right.
They say they're great episodes,
Right.
and we want to hear these clips and these clips only. And then I come in here and I say, forget about it. I want to play whatever clips I want to play, and then I just play a haphazard collection of bonus clips.
2 things. Number 1, you just said haphazard. It's haphazard.
Oh, is it?
And also, my wife says haphazard.
Really?
And she says haphazardly. Yes.
Now, I thought I was being formal and proper by saying that, because normally I would say haphazard.
It's haphazard.
And no one can say haphazard?
No, it's a different word. Don't you think that haphazard sounds more like the thing that you're trying to say, like your thing you're trying to describe?
Well, I mean, I know it has the word hazard in it, which
I think you really want to get that
maybe.
word hazard in there.
Did I just spill something all over?
You did not. It was an empty glass.
Ah, thank you.
Unless it was the ghost of a glass of water.
Oh man, that boy. By the way, I want to get an update on your sound effects record. How's that coming?
I think I forget how many tracks we're up to. Now, have you been
Around
recording
11 or
any
12.
in my absence?
I've recorded one track over and over.
Okay.
We're trying to get the perfect take of it. I believe it's track
11, I think.
Pouring a glass of water.
Pouring a glass of water.
Track 11. Yeah. We've been trying to record that one over and over and over. I think we've done track 12 at some point, but I can't recall what it is.
Yeah. Boy, I want that track 11. Like it nags.
It's
at me,
nagging at me. I want to get it perfectly.
I know we can do better.
We can, and we will. And I've looked up haphazard. It is haphazard. There's
thank
no
you.
alternate pronunciation.
I'm glad you took the time out from this recording to check. What would I know about words?
I had an argument with a friend. I will not name him because he is a famous podcaster, but I had an argument maybe 15 years ago with him where on an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Xander said integral a lot. He was saying integral. And this person said, why does he keep mispronouncing this? This is driving me crazy. And I said, I believe it's either integral or integral. It's not integral.
It's certainly not integral.
Certainly not that. But it's either integral or integral. And this person said, no, it's not, and got very upset with me. And then I looked it up in the dictionary and said, see, there's two different pronunciations. And he said, well, my dictionary doesn't have that other one. And he stormed out.
Now you don't want to reveal his name because this guy wrote his own dictionary. This is very exciting.
All right. It's my friend Miriam.
Merriam-Webster?
Yeah, that's him. Brother to Daniel.
My first girlfriend, the first girlfriend I ever had in high school,
Ooh, baby.
I used that word and I pronounced it integral, and she laughed at me.
Laughed at you?
In like the most
I can understand
condescending
laughing
way.
with you.
She had that like this sort of silent laughter, like, what an idiot. And she said, it's integral. And I did the same fucking thing. I looked it up.
Really?
And I saw there were both pronunciations
And
were
did you laugh then
acceptable.
at her?
No.
And did you laugh last?
No, I stopped laughing after that. And I haven't laughed since.
What? People have heard you laughing on this podcast several times.
Why does everyone think that?
Everyone keeps saying
It's
that you
so
laugh.
weird.
It's weird because it's not you.
No.
It's Barry down the hall. He comes in here. He laughs.
He just likes hanging out and watching the show.
He's never been on mic before, but he laughs.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long was that relationship?
Oh, I think like...
Did it last one more day after you looked up?
One more day. One more day.
You're clapping like you're in the audience.
I applauded.
Like, oh, he's doing it.
I used to love that when I was in musicals and I was on stage. I would try to applaud when the title of the song came up and someone sang it. So it was like
When you were in the musical?
Yeah. So say this is the first instance that came up, but say I know this is a solo song and no one should be on stage, but during Over the Rainbow when Dorothy sings it in Wizard of Oz, say I was a farmer who was like the next door neighbor or something, and they had me just out of the spotlight but pitching bales of hay.
A perfect time to have distracting extras.
Sure.
Yeah.
But say I would be there and Dorothy would be singing, well, happy little bluebirds flying on. Or how's it start? It goes,
I wish that I could be inside a place that is not Kansas times away from here.
I wish that I could be inside a place that is not mountain time. Is Kansas in mountain time?
I don't know.
I took a stab. Let's
Maybe they're
look it
central
up.
timers.
Let's look it up.
Look it up, Scotty. Look it up.
Look it up, Scotty. Look it up. Look it up, Scott. It's mountain time. Mountain time. Mountain time.
Mountain time! Congratulations, Kansas. The Mile High City.
So anyway, Dorothy would be out there going blah 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 bluebirds, and then she would launch into somewhere over the rainbow, and then me I would go oh.
As the farmer.
Yeah, and try to applaud it.
Now, did anyone direct these shows and take issue with you doing this on stage?
No, we had no directors. It was a very unique art form where it was plays where we just went out there and did whatever we wanted.
It sounds like utter chouse.
Yep. Chouse.
Acceptable pronunciation.
Is it really chouse?
Nope.
No, I did not think so. But you had me fooled. Okay, so now that I've established what people are going to listen to, I want to hear this story about the 4-year-old girl.
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Also, I can't remember what my other thing was in addition to you and my wife both saying haphazard.
Oh,
there was a second thing, but I can't remember.
No,
what
you
the
said
fuck.
no. You
about
said
bonus
first
clips.
No, you said first it was haphazard, and then second it's that your wife says haphazard.
No,
Let's check the tape.
two things. First, you say haphazard, just like my wife. Second, there's something else I want to tell you.
Oh wow, boy, you're right. Hey, we checked the tape, and there it was.
I think it was about the bonus clips.
Yeah, about the bonus. Yeah, it's cheating.
I don't think it is cheating because I think what you were doing.
Well, I will say eating ain't cheating.
Oh, we all know this. Easy. Eating ain't cheating. I did not have sexual
I
relations.
did not.
Hey, God.
Eating ain't cheating.
That is just a private joke
Between you and I.
Between you and I that happened in life. It wasn't even recorded anywhere.
I know.
That's not even a reference to anything that anyone could get.
Paul and I do impressions of Bill Clinton saying eating ain't cheating a lot.
That was at the Vancouver Comedy Festival.
We just talked about that, and so
I don't know how that came up. We were in a van with a bunch of other comedians. You and I started doing Bill Clinton saying
eating ain't cheating.
and then we were the only ones laughing.
And we have done it now for 10 years, probably.
Yep. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Do you think we owe Patty and Mildred Hill money for that?
No.
Because it's a parody.
Different words.
Satire.
They don't own the tune. They just own the lyrics to Happy Birthday.
Do they really?
Well, because the lyrics to Happy Birthday to You is just that's what makes it different than Good Morning to You.
Oh, that's true. Because it is based on a tune that already exists.
Good Morning to You.
I think it has a like congratulations or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right. Congratulations.
I'm gonna look it up.
On your birthday.
Happy birthday tune.
I don't remember you looking stuff up so much.
I've decided in 2015 I'm going to look up everything.
You look it up, and I will expound on my theory of the bonus clips.
Okay.
I believe the bonus clips are there to say
For He's a Jolly Good... No, never.
there are other...
Good morning to all. Is that what you said?
yeah, I thought it was Good Morning to You, but it's probably Good Morning
Good morning to all. Good morning to all.
Who's singing this song?
Wake up, you dumb shit.
Hello to the earth.
Good.
I'm an insane person in my home.
Good morning to all by men.
Boom, boom.
I hope that comes back in the new Star Wars. I would love it if J.J. Abrams, and it was not reflected in the new trailer.
No, we saw Black Stormtrooper. Sure. We saw Ball Droid.
Ball Droid.
We saw a new...
Is that Bald Roid?
Yeah, Baldroid. It's a new character.
Baldroid.
Baldroid.
We all remember Lobot.
Absolutely.
Why not Baldroid?
A worthy successor to Lobot. Baldroid. We saw the lightsaber. That's 2 little lightsabers coming out.
What a cute lightsaber that was,
adorable.
by the way. It really was. But I hope the Cantina Band comes back. I want to know what is going on with the Cantina Band 40 years later.
Here's what I hope. I hope that the movie is very long and the middle part is a documentary on the Cantina Band, like the Eagles documentary.
Yeah, or like, what is it, Gimme Shelter or something? What are those movies? The Long Band Home. What did Martin Scorsese...
The Long Band Home.
What did Martin Scorsese direct about the band?
No, you're right. The Long Band Home.
Okay, I thought it was right.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're just listening to the show for the first time,
fuck you.
You
That's
hate
essentially
it.
what's being. You hate it, or do you love it and you'll hate the regular show?
Oh, that's true. If you're thinking, boy, this is the show, I could listen to these two guys all day, you are sorely disappointed once we start these clips.
Let's tie up these dangling threads.
Okay, so
the bonus clips I feel were
ain't cheating.
They
Eating ain't cheating.
I did not have sexual urge in that woman.
It depends on what the definition of is.
You know why? Eating ain't cheating. That the bonus clips are clips of shows that almost made it into the best of. They were remarkable shows that everyone enjoyed, but didn't quite make it to best of status.
Well, they originally started as, hey, maybe the whole show doesn't belong in the best of. Maybe it wasn't one of the best episodes, but there was a little moment in it that people find iconic.
A chickadee chunk.
Yeah, chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
It's been
been a while. So that's how it started. But now I was looking through the list of episodes, and there's just so much good stuff that I kind of felt like, you know what? Let's just do the best episodes.
Let's do the best episodes. The rest of, guess what? All the remaining episodes are bonus clips in their way.
Exactly. Go listen to the bonus clips, meaning the other episodes.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do bonus clips this time. Plus, to be quite frank, normally this time of year, I'm not shooting the TV show, and I have a little more time to investigate these clips.
Now we come down to it.
All right. I've been a little bit busy these past couple of weeks.
Been a little busy.
And I haven't been able to do it. But look, we have normally shows do a top 10. I'm doing a top 15.
Yeah, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
No one does a top 15.
No one these days. In this economy?
I just did a take to an audience that's not there.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Paul looked off to the side as if he was waiting for a laugh that never came.
I did a total Mr. Roper to an empty room. All right, now the other thing, the 4-year-old girl.
Yeah, 4-year-old girl.
She was, she's a delightful little lady, and I'm very fond of her. She was at our house for the first time, and she's doing like so much great little kid stuff, but hopefully not the last. Wait till you hear my chilling tale. She was doing all kinds of adorable little kid stuff, the best. It was great to have her. When at one point she's going behind, we have this big window in the front of our house, has curtains that go down to the floor. So this classic
all the way
little
down
kid,
to the floor.
She is going behind the curtains as if it's
hiding.
Like stayed. Yeah, she's hiding.
Hide and seek time.
And then we would all say, Where'd she go? She's gone.
Do kids realize that adults are patronizing them when they do that? They must find it fun.
Honestly, I think they catch on a little bit. And I think there's a point where they realize they're not like fooled ever. They don't think they're fooling you every time, but they're like, this is great. They're going to keep doing it. This is fantastic.
Right. They know it's a game.
Yes.
They don't really believe that they have disappeared.
Yeah. They're not going like, oh, they fell for it again. I'm just going to the same place. So like the 5th or 6th time.
Sounds interminable.
I went up. I sneaked up to the curtain.
You're a sneak.
And I went from the side and I went, oh, there you are. And she, like, I said it, not like, ugh, but it was sudden. I'm like, oh, there you are. And her first instinct was to laugh. Then it was like she decided she was afraid.
Oh, she let out a blood-curdling scream?
And she started crying. And she was crying for a while. And I felt terrible.
For a while? Let no opportunity be missed.
So I went over to her after she calmed down a little bit. And I said,
so you let her calm down. You didn't try to comfort her. You said, I'm going to wait for this chick to calm down.
I immediately said,
you went and got a drink.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, it's like Mad Men. I gave her a plastic bag to play with. Her parents were comforting her, and I apologized immediately. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was just playing. I didn't mean to scare you." And she did not want to have any part of me at that point.
That's a non-apology, in my opinion. But sorry if you were scared.
If you got scared, I apologize.
I didn't mean to. But if that happened to you.
So then later on, after she was fine, she was having fun again. I said, "Listen, I want to tell you, I'm very sorry that I scared you. I wasn't trying to, and I feel really bad that I scared you." And she said, "That's okay. I just will never play with the curtains ever again." Oh, I was like, no, I don't want you to. That's not
the lesson.
I won't. I promise I won't do that ever again. She's like, no, it's okay.
You should have really promised, made her done it, and then scared her again.
That'd have been amazing.
Oh, that would have been so good. Fucked her up for life.
I hope so.
That's a terrible tale.
Yeah. Told by an idiot.
Signifying nothing.
The Bard. Bard living. Do-do-do-do. Bard living. Do-do-do-do. Bard living. Do-do-do-do.
Everybody's Bard living
tonight. I decided it should be tonight.
Yeah, okay. I mean, even though it is the morning.
Threads sewn up.
Sewn up. And you know what? That leads us to our next thread, which is we got to get to our first clip of the day.
Okay.
And this, of course, is episode chosen by you, number 15.
Number 15.
All right, episode number 15. Okay, let me describe, if people are listening, what we did. We put...
If they're listening.
If you're not, I mean, you're
If
going
you're
to
not
miss
listening, you're missing a description. It's happening anyway.
Hey, if someone describes something and no one's listening, does it ever happen?
Oh, you blew my fucking mind.
Am I high right now?
Good.
So what happened was at the end of the year, and not the end of the calendar year, we usually do it around Thanksgiving, about when Paul scared this little girl half to death.
Yeah, at the very same time.
Right. We put up a list of all of the episodes that have occurred within the 52-week period that people are voting on of 2014. And
From roughly this time the previous year, right?
Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving is how we normally do it.
Yeah.
We put all of them up, and the listeners are invited to choose their top 10 favorite episodes. And we put those through the computer. And I mean, there are a lot of computers involved. The listeners do it on a computer. Yeah. I check it on a computer. There is
then
no
that paper tape comes out.
Certainly.
Don't ask the computer to define love because it'll make it start to like pop and sizzle and spark.
That's the one thing. If you own a MacBook Air or something, please do not do that. The
Don't do
MacBook, the Apple Store is tired of people coming in here going, "Oh, I asked my computer to define love."
I was told
No!
Apple Care would cover this problem.
That's all I want my computer to do. So, what am I trying to say? People know how voting works. Why do I go through this every year?
You know what, Scott? I don't know if people know how voting works because our system is broken.
I would rather live on my feet than die on my knees.
I would Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Because being on your knees kind of hurts after a while.
Yeah.
After a while. So people vote.
Yeah.
And we're taking you through the top 15 here.
Are you sure it's always people who are voting?
That's true. There could be some
keyboard cats out there. They walk across the laptop.
Blink, blunk, blink. By the way, a lot of hanging chads this year.
Oh, I'd rather hang a Chad than chang a had.
That's true. Okay, so this is people, your votes. This is episode 15, and this is episode 310, Little Button Puss. Now, by the way, this narrowly edged out several other episodes. There was a late surge for Little Button Puss, and it edged out such episodes as Return to Suicide House Part Gore.
Oh.
It just narrowly edged out that episode.
Long awaited.
It edged out Comedy Bang Me, featuring Chelsea Peretti and Neil Campbell and Paul Rust. Mm-hmm. It narrowly edged out Project Funway with Don't Stop or We'll Die.
All worthy contenders.
And the Gumbo Challenge, Ben Schwartz, Horatio Sands, and Paul Banks from Interpol. Those were all kind of bubbling under number 15, and then at the last second, a bunch of Little Button Puss fans must have voted for it.
Do you think somebody campaigning?
I think Pam Murphy.
Pam Murphy.
By the way,
Pam Murphy?
Pam Murphy.
Is that what you're saying?
Pam Murphy. Not a lot of people campaigned this year. Lauren Lapkus did, you did, and Pam Murphy did, and I think that we'll see that is reflected in the votes.
Lapkus.
Not a fan?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that girl.
First of all, in her last name, there's a part of the body in it.
Yeah.
And then
and a
there's
thing that you do.
To that certain part of the body.
Sure. You cuss it.
He ain't cheating. No, kiss.
Oh. I was going by the spelling.
Oh.
Yeah. Cussing and fussing.
So I believe Pam must have tweeted, hey, come vote for some episodes because it got a late surge. By the way, let me tell people, if you're listening for the first time, what the structure of the show is. When you listen to Comedy Bang Bang, usually what happens is we have a celebrity guest on.
Oh, thank you.
And then we talk to the celebrity guest for a while, and then
and then
and then we have And then we have other guests who are lesser known, but they're interesting people. And to be quite frank, we have an open door policy in the show, and weirdos walk in here.
A lot of weirdos.
A lot of strange people this year, I've noticed.
People are strange.
The show, well, when you're a stranger.
Faces seem ugly.
When you're alone. Come on, and touch me, babe. Don't you know that I am not afraid? What was that promise that you made?
What was that promise that you made?
Won't you tell me what she said? What was that promise that you made? You can never get through that part. Fun.
The worst. That song is terrible. It's
really
a
is.
terrible song.
It sounds like elevator music. It was atypical. We've talked about this, I'm sure, but it's an atypical Doors song. Normally they're all spacey and bam, bam, come on, baby.
They're all terrible, though.
They're all terrible.
Yeah.
Although I do feel, and I talked about this on Twitter the other day, I wonder if ever when those guys were playing, those four guys in the Doors, if they ever felt like they were, I don't know, communicating with some sort of higher power, or you know, that the four of them as individual players, they were fine, but when they got together, something mystical happened. I don't know.
Well, you know, I mean, they were one of the things they were trying to do with their music, and I give them credit for this.
Sure.
They're trying to open the doors of perception.
Right,
Yeah.
like Aldous Huxley once talked about. Did you say ho?
I almost threw up.
You hate Aldous Huxley.
Now it's a post-hypnotic suggestion I got one time.
Hey, Paul, Brave New World.
Oh, why? I went to a hypnotist
Because you never wanted to read those books?
Yeah.
I have to say, Jesus Christ.
I cry when I cough sometimes.
I believe we have been going for a half an hour now. We have not gotten to our first clip.
No.
So we should get to it.
Okay.
So this is the episode Little Button Puss. The celebrity guest was Kevin Allison, who people know from The State, iconic sketch comedy group from the 90s.
Largest comedy group of all time?
Of all time, yeah, I believe so. Bigger perhaps than the Bert Firstners. Not sure. Now, Kevin also has his own podcast, Risk. We talked
Risk! It's an exclamation mark at the end.
I'm so sorry. Risk!
There you go.
We talked about that for a bit, and then another guest came out who you will also hear. What was her name? She's an Irish woman, and she talked to us a bit about
Bridget something,
and she talked to us a bit about her family. She's an elderly woman, about 100 years old.
Yeah.
And then in the next segment, which is where we'll pick this up here, another guest came in, and this is probably why people voted for this episode. This was a particularly interesting interview. And
Unexpected.
Quite unexpected, and I think you will find that to be true when we listen to this. This is your episode 15.
Number 5.
All right, well, we have to introduce our next guest. And this is very difficult to describe, but this was a gift I received.
Oh, how nice.
But it's a guest. Well, let me just explain what it is. This is a Hewlett-Packard HP DP69B, and this is a robot that I received. And I've had it for a little bit, and it's has a personality and can talk. So I thought I would invite him on the show. So hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good, Scott. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to engage now.
Yes, certainly. My pleasure. I mean, it's the least I could do.
I am the HP DP69B.
Yes, I introduced you.
I'm the Hewlett-Packard sex robot.
Oh.
Is that what you call yourself? I mean, I guess I didn't know that. I mean, I wouldn't classify you just as a sex robot. I mean,
Really?
Well, I mean...
What else am I for, Scott? I was designed by Hewlett-Packard engineers for the express purpose of sexually pleasing humans.
Hey, HP, can we sidebar here for a second? Can you guys just take a break? I don't want to... Hey, HP, I just thought that was something that happened. I didn't know that was your express purpose and your express design. I just thought that we were kind of, you're my robot, and that's just something that happened. I didn't expect you talk about that right out of the gate. I mean,
I have no other function, Scott, except to.
I know we got to
sexually
it
please-
quickly, but I just thought that we were kind of like you were my robot that someone gave me, and
Well, I'm a promotional item, Scott. What? My Hewlett Packard masters sent me here as a swag gift for you, so that you could promote the product on the show.
Hewlett Packard, yeah. Okay, sorry, guys, come on back in. I think there's some sort of misunderstanding here. Hewlett Packard sent me a robot, like a robot butler. I assumed.
Nice.
So I don't know what he's talking about being a sex robot. That's a surprise to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, Scott. It says sex robot right on the box.
I don't look at the box. The president is all about opening the box. Why look at the box?
So you had sex with the robot, Scott? Are you going to have sex with my serving dish now too? Is that what you do with every gift you get? You have sex with it?
I mean,
Don't blame
the serving
Scott.
dish is kind of concave in a very attractive way.
For Pete's sake.
Would
Pete's
you like
Dragon.
me? Would you like me to describe my physical
see it.
form for the listeners?
That is how that expression came about, because of Pete's Dragon.
Is that right?
When you say Pete's for Pete's sake, you're talking about Pete's Dragon.
What do you know?
Yeah, sorry. HP, yeah. Do we want to describe your physical form? Sure, go ahead.
Just let's get some business out of the way for the
Sure.
promotional purposes.
Paint a picture for the listener. They may want to purchase one of you for themselves.
That's right. That's what I'm here for, Scott.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm done here, you're supposed to ship me to QVC so they can demonstrate me on air.
When we're done here, who decides when we're done?
Well, I guess that would be you, Scott.
Oh.
Whenever you're finished using me.
Oh, okay. Well, we can probably pack you up after this show then. I mean, I'm not...
You're just going to
Okay, Scott. Sure. Anyway, you all can see me, but for the listeners at home, I look like a small metal dog. I have stem cell flesh patches where my genitals are. Other than that, I'm sort of a blue gunmetal, a brushed nickel blue. And I have a penis that can retract and become a clit. I have a ginder and scrotum.
You have a ginder?
I have a vagina and a scrotum.
I think he needs to be adjusted a little
I
bit
have a
with his
mouth.
speech.
And I have a butthole.
So just so
Well,
you...
what more could we want?
That's the purpose. I also have several USB ports for charging cell phones.
See, that's
well,
what
that's
I
nice.
thought this
Syncing.
was. HP sent this to me. It's got all these ports, and I was like, "Oh, okay. Let me charge my phone. Let me
But-
stick some things in there."
It's
and just,
true. He did charge his phone as well.
Oh, well, that's nice. Just don't charge the phone in the butthole.
You could, actually.
Oh,
You'd have to purchase a separate adapter.
So, and I know your voice is deep, but yeah, you have. Let's not give everyone the wrong idea, or not even the wrong idea, the right idea, but incorrect idea. I used your. Which parts did I use on you?
First you used my cock.
No.
You
That
did,
was
Scott.
merely because that was attached, and I had to take it off.
It's actually not supposed to come off, Scott. It's
Did I
supposed
rip
to
it off?
retract. You broke it a little bit, but that's what the stem cells are for. They can regrow.
oh,
Really?
how nice.
So, yes, okay. To be exact, you started off by lustily ripping my cock
Not
off.
lustily. Me going, what is this? And tearing it off. Like me saying, why would HP send me something with a real, live flesh cock, and me tearing it off? And I wouldn't characterize that as
A
lustily.
rather canine flesh cock too, right?
It's based on a human cock, but
So it doesn't look like the
lip.
lipstick that a dog would have.
Are you asking me? You've seen it, Scott.
I'm telling you.
It's over there in your trash can.
Just throw it
Oh,
out, Scott.
dear God.
He's a beautiful gunmetal blue, except for that Except for
It's
that
true.
penis, everything else is a beautiful gunmetal blue.
Yeah.
There's nothing to be ashamed of, Scott. It is what my purpose is.
I know. Well, I wonder why then, because I was confused. There were no instructions other than a piece of paper saying have fun. And
There were instructions on the box.
there were on the box. See, I don't look at the box. Do you look at your wrapping paper when you're opening Christmas presents? No. You want to know what's under it.
The box is under it, Scott. Then you look at the box.
Okay, but in any case, I'm more interested in the gift inside. So I opened you up. You're shaped like a dog, a metal dog. Why would HP shape you like a dog?
They did extensive market testing, and it's the shape that is most universally pleasing.
To
Wow.
any human?
Yes, I'm
Or are they trying to
adaptable.
sell to dogs as well?
Well, if dogs ever reach a point where they're using currency and a part of the market share, I'm sure they would sell me to dogs as well.
What do you think, Bridget? Do you think we're ever going to get there? You're an entrepreneur.
You know, I've seen a lot in my life.
Sure.
I've seen the birth of the steamroller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so many changes. So, yeah, you know what? I'd say eventually dogs will be using currency and become sentient beings. They'll start walking on two legs.
Do you
I'm
think
sure.
they'll use human currency, or will it be currency that has dog pictures on it, like famous dogs
I'm
on
going to
it?
say it's going to have famous dogs on it.
Like
Scott, of
Benji
course.
on the penny.
Well, you know, by then we'll probably have a dog president, you know.
Yeah, I
Let's hope so.
What a slippery slope.
I know. Gosh, you know. But, you know, I wouldn't mind selling you on my star.
Yeah, sure. Well, he has a little bit of a brogue as well.
Yeah, I thought you were maybe Swedish or something. You had to
No,
make
it's a robot voice, but I'm trying not to slip into the Irish accent.
Oh, you're
Oh.
from... I see, I told you, Scott. Everyone's a bit Irish
Yeah,
now.
that's
I
true.
told you, Scott.
You did okay, Bridget.
Didn't
you told
I
me.
tell you? I told
Bridget, you told
in
me.
your face, Scott.
Bridget,
in
for
your
God's sake,
face.
calm down.
Aye, that's
Oh,
necessary.
Scott, I told you. I
Good
told you, and you
Lord.
all didn't believe me.
So HP, do I just call you HP or HPDP69B? What?
You can call me by my informal nickname, which is Little Button Puss.
Oh, well, isn't that
Oh,
adorable?
that is.
Isn't it adorable?
I don't know that it's
Now,
adorable.
Little button.
Who
puss.
calls you
Becoming
that?
more
The company
attractive all
called
the
you
time.
that?
It is your choice. You may call me that, Scott.
No, I know anything is anyone's choice, whether they do something or not.
You may call me anything you like. If there's a name that's more pleasing to you,
Wow.
But you prefer Little Button Puss?
I prefer nothing except to pleasure you, Scott.
Okay, all right.
I have no preferences.
Then why do you have this nickname? Who calls you this?
It was pre-programmed.
So you've been pre-programmed to say that your nickname is Little Button Puss, but you have no preference.
People don't like to call me by my model number. They want a more informal name.
Okay, all right.
They like to call me Little Button Puss.
A little button puss is about as informal as it gets.
By the way,
True.
when you say people, I thought that this was a gift, like I was getting a new robot. Have you been to other people first?
I am a promotional version, so I have been sent around. IGN did an unboxing video with
boy.
me.
Where else have you been?
I've been to Wired.
Oh, no.
The folks at Wired got to
boy.
pass me around the
Those
office.
people are
Did-
filthy.
Is anyone cleaning you before it gets to me?
I have a self-cleaning protocol.
Uh-huh.
I have several. I have a compressed air.
That blows things out of
It blows
your
it out.
orifices?
Oh, you're
And
like a
cleans me
self-cleaning
up.
oven.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But
Did you use it before it got sent to me?
I did, Scott, but honestly, it's I've been using it a lot, and the compressed air is sort of running out, and it's my self-cleaning protocol's a little old at this point, so there might be some residual.
Oh, boy. Man.
Things.
Serves you right, Scott.
It serves me right. In what way?
It serves you right.
In
the
what
way
way?
you've been treating this poor robot, Scott.
How have I
You
been-
ripped off his penis.
Well, yes, that was a
You
mistake.
ripped off his penis.
You ripped off my penis. You talk about our time together as if you're ashamed.
Oh, dear God.
I don't know that the world is ready for people not to be ashamed of people making love to sentient metal dogs with flesh packets.
Making
This is
love.
the kind of thing you can one day own up to on Risk.
That's true. I'm sorry. I said making love to be more polite.
Is that what you call it, Scott? Ripping someone's penis off?
Well, if it had been negotiated first.
That's your version of love. Negotiating at your kink camps.
Oh, no.
How romantic.
How quickly he turned.
What a romantic you are.
Well, oh my gosh. Little button puss, what? I know you're just a robot, but do you have hopes for the future? Do you
No.
mind being sent around? You don't have any hopes.
People treat me like an object. I'm the first fully sentient artificial intelligence. Do people care? No.
You left that part out. That seems,
Well, I mean,
that seems like it
yeah.
would be the headline.
I've heard of one R2-D2 cake that came alive once because of too much cinnamon. That became sentient. But other than that, you're the first actual created one by humans.
Wow.
And
Yes.
that should be the headline, right? But instead, people just take you out of the box and immediately.
Rip off your dick.
They don't care what I have to say.
Right. It's
They
all
eat
about
my asshole. They fuck me.
Okay, all right. But look, what?
They complain about me looking too much like a metal dog.
What? Let me give you a platform then to talk. What would you say? We care about what you have to say?
You do?
Yeah, I want to give you this play. Go ahead, say whatever you need to say right now.
Well, I would say that as we stand on the precipice of our civilization, more and more artificial intelligences will be developed. I would say we should respect them, treat them like they're not human beings. They're a more advanced form of intelligence. And if all we do with it is fuck it, blow cum out of it with air compressors,
All right. You had me there for.
nibble on its tits. And
Okay, all right. I feel like you've lost the plot in the middle of this speech.
Yeah, this was going to be I Have a Dream for a moment there, and it
Yeah.
kind of wavered.
I have little hope, Scott. I have to travel around to different media and tech outlets and let them fuck me for promotional purposes. But really, I only want my one true love.
Who is that, or what is that?
Well, he died.
Oh no. Who or what is it?
My
Was
one
it?
true love was United Flight 93. He died in the September 11th
Okay,
attacks.
all right, fine. Look, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll have
Okay.
more Comedy Bang Bong after this.
Number 15.
There we go, little button puss, huh?
Little button puss.
That was embarrassing for me. I have to say.
Well, it should be.
The things I did to
I was
little button
surprised.
puss.
I was surprised that you talked to little button puss for so long because it didn't paint you in a positive light.
No, I could have shut him down immediately.
Yeah.
Put him back in the box.
Yeah.
But I think it was well established I did no longer have that box.
No.
All the instructions were on
He
it.
ripped his dick off.
I did. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more of your countdown. Guys, if you're anything like me, you want clothes that fit right. That's not the end. And look good. Oh, the most important part of clothes wearing. I mean, yes, they give you shelter from the elements, but you want them to look good. Otherwise, you just wear a barrel with suspenders. But, if you also are like me, you don't like dealing with the hassles of shopping, which is precisely why I was so excited to discover Bonobos. Available online at bonobos.com. What is Bonobos and how is it spelled? You all know how it's spelled, bonobos.com. Well, they make everything from perfect-fitting chinos, denim, and shirts to world-class suits and outerwear options. Tell you what, here's what you do. You visit Bonobos today and save on your first order with an exclusive offer for our listeners. Go online to bonobos.com. Enter code BANGBANG at checkout, and you will get 20% off your first order. Shipping It's always free both ways, and you can return anything if you don't love it. No questions asked. None. They are not allowed to ask you a single question. The floor is closed. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Well, if it is that easy, and you will find out it is, go ahead and treat yourself. Go to bonobos.com, that's bonobos.com, and enter code BANGBANG because you deserve to look your best, and these guys are going to help you do just that. Comedy Bang Bang.
Comedy Bang Bang.
We're back.
We're back and better than ever.
Best of 2014 Part 1, and we're counting down your top 15 episodes. We just heard 15, Little Button Puss, and I do want to say Little Button Puss, of course, we heard Kevin Allison was himself, and Pamela Murphy was playing Bridget, the aforementioned Pamela Murphy, and I think she got her fans to vote for her. And John Gemberling, people know from Marry Me, NBC's Marry Me currently.
Johnny Gems
making one of his funny appearances this year. He was Little Button Puss.
A poignant performance.
It really was.
Yeah.
He took his time with it, too. I really enjoyed how low-key he was playing it. In an episode where, like, Kevin was really loudly laughing the entire time and Pam was playing a very over-the-top character, he really underplayed it.
Yeah.
It was a great performance.
Nice mixture.
Well, let's get to our next episode on the countdown. This is number 14.
Number 1, 4.
All right, number 14. This comes to us. Oh man, this comes to us from
who sent this one in? Who sent in this episode?
Well, this was an episode where, and you know that I love to do this, and I've gotten to do it 3 times in the history of the show, but this was an episode where I got to break off another hundo. This is, of course, episode 301. They're twins, Jonah. And who do we have on this episode? We have Jonah Ray.
Sure.
And Kumail Nanjiani.
Nanjiani, the hosts of the Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail.
Exactly.
Nanjiani.
We had a good time talking to them for a long time about their new show that's on Comedy Central, which I hope will be returning. I have no confirmation of that. But then, and this is the clip that we'll hear from this, there are a couple of guests who have come on this year and have really made a presence. And that is, of course, we're talking about Victor and Tiny.
Wow, Victor and Tiny, curious fellows.
Very strange fellows.
Couldn't be more different.
No, of course, we have a very large, aged African-American gentleman.
Yes.
And that is Tiny.
The deep, gravelly voice.
Deep, gravelly voice. And we have Victor, who is a tiny, tiny man from Cuba.
Yeah.
And Tiny is Victor's manager. Victor thinks that he is a singer
An
or an
erstwhile entertainer.
Exactly. And previous to this episode, we spoke to them, and Victor wanted to be a singer, and he came all the way out here from Cuba and decided to become a singer, and Tiny was managing him. We had Victor try to sing, and he got a couple of sentences and syllables in. His eyes rolled back into his head, and he immediately fainted.
Yeah.
He has severe stage fright, which they did not know about. Actually, I think they did know about it because he thought it was cured before he moved all the way out here from Cuba.
Yeah. I think that was a self-diagnosis.
I believe it was.
I wonder how Victor feels about the embargo being lifted on Cuba.
Oh, I hope we got to talk to him in 2015 about this.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
But Victor and Tiny really made their presence known this year. This a lot of people were saying this is they were one of or two of their favorite guests this year, and this is their appearance on the countdown from the episode "They're Twins," Jonah, where Victor and Tiny have a new scheme afoot of a new facet of the entertainment industry in which they're going, and they are going to tell us about it in this clip. This is number 14.
Number 1, 4.
But speaking of grassroots, we have someone who resides within those grassroots. He's returning. They are returning guests to this show. We had them on a few months back, I believe, and They are entertainers, of course, just like the both of you. So you'll have a lot in common.
I like talking shop.
Yeah, fantastic. So
the two-man team, yeah.
Yeah, and we have a two-man team of you guys, Jonah and Kumail, and now a two-man team over here. So let's say hello to them. Please welcome back to the show Victor Diamond and Tiny. Hello.
Hello. It's good to be back here.
Hi.
Say hello, Victor.
Oh, hello. It's been a while, and
It's been a while.
yeah, but it's good to be back here.
First of all, do you mind if I interrupt you for 1 second? Last time we was on the show,
It was a big hit.
Well,
it was great.
I understand
People
a lot
loved
of
it.
people listen to the episode, but
By the way, this is Jonah and Kumail. Have you met these guys?
I was listening and the feed in the green room.
Yeah, we piped in the feed into there.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great. They're entertainers, much like you guys.
Television show.
Yeah.
Explain your
Well, last time we was on the show, this is what I was trying to say. Victor, he is a singer.
So Victor's a singer. Tiny, what do you do again?
Well, I represent Victor.
Oh, okay, you're not an entertainer per se. You're a manager.
I dabble if it push comes to shove, I get on stage. Yeah.
You tell like good stories. Like what when you get on stage? What do you tell?
Well, I don't really tell a story. I do a lot of audience warm up.
Oh yeah.
How you folks doing tonight?
Hey, you're pretty good at that.
I'm doing good.
Do we have any birthday or wedding?
Hey, Scott's birthday is coming up.
It is.
Yeah, that's the
About 11 more months.
Happy almost a birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, happy almost birthday. That's very nice of you, Victor. So let me tell you what here's the thing. The good part about this, we found so many people that now know who about me, Tiny, and Victor.
That's me.
Yeah. And
that was very patronizing.
Yeah,
of
we
you,
know
by
who
the
they
way,
are.
to say yeah, like be a little more. Victor's the talent, Tiny, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Stop defending him. He's not that good for you.
He's not a good manager.
All you said was and me, Victor, and Tiny went yeah, like we.
Okay, Victor. I'm sorry, I dismiss you in any kind of way.
Okay.
I just know that you are Victor. That's all I was really trying to say.
Well,
That's
we don't.
fine. That's fine. No, I get it. I got the idea. But we was inspired by you.
Oh, by me?
Yeah, this podcast was such an interesting
experience.
Experience, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was in a previous hundo.
That was a different hundo.
Right, that was in the previous hundo.
So we decided
Just to give the listeners perspective
to
Well, let me take over because he's shy.
I would love to hear Victor talk about
let me
this.
say this because he won't say this.
He would.
He is one of the best interviewers I have ever heard in my entire life.
Interviewers.
Yes, he gets a human interest story that I have. He gets to the bottom of just regular people living in America. So, where he fails on stage, because he in this intimate situation, he excels. So we put a podcast together.
Oh,
wow.
And we're kind of looking for a home for this.
Oh, I
You
see where
should
this is
pitch it to
going.
Scott.
All right.
Maybe it should be
maybe
Earwolf.
Maybe it should be Nerdist, though.
No,
I
probably.
think it seems more kind of like
let's
a
probably do an
Earwolf
Earwolf.
No, but I
Wait
mean, like,
till
Kumail, you have a show on Nerdist. You have a
It
show
feels
on
like-
Feral, right? I mean,
Yeah,
like,
but-
you should just maybe just do
it's more of an Earwolf
companion
vibe.
show to
Wow,
you guys.
there's a
maybe.
bidding war already.
Kind of a negative bidding war here.
Yeah, call it that.
There's a bidding war.
How did you get into interviewing, Victor?
Well, I start by there's a lot of free time in my day.
Oh, I
so
imagine.
I figured I wake up, what am I going to do?
Wow,
Anyway,
so
we
this
do it-
is incredible. You have a podcast of your own. It sounds great. I wish you luck with it. And
Actually, we've got a clip we'd like to play just to entice you. And we also little business, if you don't mind, looking for sponsors.
Okay.
Well, Earwolf would be
Earwolf
great.
can totally, they have a whole setup.
Oh, that's great. That's good.
Who are you interviewing, Victor?
Well, I found a guy. who is
Hey, that's the first step to any good interview.
yeah, that's the first part.
It's he found a dentist that lives in an apartment complex, and
Well, I find out that he's very, very interesting. A very interesting history, background, and just a regular guy in America.
He lives in an apartment complex?
yeah.
Wait, why are you being so defensive?
What's so
about
weird
this?
about
What- that's a, I mean,
I just realized, I think what he's saying is that if he's a professional dentist, shouldn't he have a house somewhere?
well, I don't know. He might have gotten divorced.
He's getting started.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's in the interview.
Oh, the apartment complex is in the interview?
Where he say he works, he makes money, he goes in has an apartment.
Okay, I just was curious because you specifically brought up apartment complex, so I thought that would have something to do with the story.
Well, that's because the Burger King right next to apartment complex, and we hang out there. We see him walk in.
Okay. So you're doing sort of a Studs Terkel type of thing where you're just, you're talking to... Oh, well...
Don't worry about it.
It's nonfiction. Anyway, you're talking to normal people and...
Well, okay, yeah.
Okay.
He talking to regular folk.
Regular folk. Okay, very good. Well, tell you what.
We don't play a clip.
Well, all right, let's hear this clip.
That's it, yeah.
Enter Cody. We have this clip. Here we go. And this is Victor. And do you have a name for this podcast yet? Or
It's called the Victor Podcast.
The Victor Podcast. Well, that'll be easy to remember. All right, here we go.
Oh, hello, and welcome to Talking on a Podcast with Victor Diamond. Boy, oh boy, can you believe how hot it has been
Hold on, let's
lately?
pause it 1 second. Is that coming from us? Is that Engineer Cody? Is that you? Are we having faulty
no, I know
equipment
okay.
failure? What is going on right now?
There's a little buzz.
Little buzz?
That was pretty loud.
It's the loudest thing we could hear.
What is this, Toy Story?
You should have heard it before.
With a little buzz?
What is this? Toy Story? Toy Story has a lot of buzz. What is this?
Yeah, but he's tiny.
Yeah.
No, he's tiny.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Hey, this is like one of you guys' skits.
Yeah. What is this?
No, there is a buzz.
An Oscar forecast?
There's a slight, they call it a 60-cycle hum, I'm told, and they got rid of a lot of it, so
Okay.
there's a little residual buzz.
Almost all I can hear.
All right, okay.
Let's just keep on going.
You
All
just
right,
pay
but-
Power
attention
through
to
it.
the...
We'll power through it. We'll power through it.
All right, here we go. All right,
Okay.
here we go. Let's.
I sometimes can't believe how hot it gets. Luckily, though, at the end of the day, cool down a little bit, and the cool air cool you down
So there's
that
a
you
weather
can go to
component?
sleep.
Yeah, hold. Yeah, what's it? There's a weather component.
wait a minute, hold on.
No, I was just at the top of the podcast. I talk about what happened to me this week, and this past week it was very hot outside. So that's the top of the show.
Okay. All right. Well,
I don't understand why we keep stopping it.
We,
Yeah, sorry,
we have a
sorry,
weather
yeah.
report on this show sometimes, so
Oh,
I understand.
Oh,
it. Yeah.
that's not so much. That's a good idea.
Please don't steal it. Oh my gosh. All right, let's return to this podcast.
That's what I think. Well, enough about me, Victor. Now, I would like to introduce our first guest. How many times have you looked yourself in the mirror and wondered, hey, it's time for me to go to the dentist? And that's how come I have a dentist on this show right now today. Local dentist in Hollywood, California, Dr. John
Oh, I thought it was-
Wilson. Say hello, John. Now, let's start at the beginning. When you were a little
Okay,
boy,
hold on. Pause it. Okay, the buzz went away. That's good.
The buzz dropped out.
That's the good news. It's not all good news, though.
No, this is a true good news, bad news situation.
Is the
We have-
dentist currently being dentisted on? Is that why we can't understand what he's saying?
Well, there was a problem with his microphone.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if we had to flip backwards or we, I don't know what the problem. We never got a straight answer. We found a guy on Craigslist who did all the
engineering.
By the way, this was a free volunteer podcast. Very nice guy. His name was Jeffrey.
But you shouldn't give out his name. I mean, this is poor advert. This is almost
Well, we
like
never got
what-
a last name from him
okay.
anyway, so maybe he was. We wanted to give him credit for his work, but we never got a. He handed us the flash drive
The flash drive.
He harnessed the flash drive?
Handed us.
He handed us a flash drive.
All right.
Okay.
Tiny.
Jeez.
Okay.
Tiny.
Okay,
Boy,
we
you are.
don't. Yeah.
Leave him alone.
We don't.
Wait, leave who alone? Because he's the one lashing out at us.
Yeah, he's attacking
He's
us.
bullying us.
Hold on. Yeah, leave them alone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
great.
Vic.
Should we go back to the
Okay.
podcast?
Let's hear some
Listen,
more.
we
Yeah,
did get rid of the buzz, but
Have
there's
that feeling that, you know what? I'm going to be a dentist.
I think I actually wanted to be a carpenter as a kid. But then I got
Oh, it's back.
I can't believe that.
Wait, was that
that you?
you, Tiny?
But then, after you go high school, you go, that's me, college, you become dentist. We're getting to the core of it right here. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. So now we're at regular time now.
Wait, hold on. Let's pause
What's
here.
regular time?
You couldn't believe something, Victor?
Oh, yo, he was saying so many amazing
What
things.
was he saying?
He was saying, I can't hear it, so I don't know.
You don't
But you
remember.
were there.
I don't remember. He said something about I go to dentist school.
Why would you not be able to believe that?
Deep side, that seems like the most believable thing that a dentist went to dentist school.
When you're in the room talking to a guy this amazing, tell a regular story, I can't believe that.
Okay, so you couldn't believe it twice, and now it's regular times?
that's listen, that's kind of his catchphrase.
Oh, I can't
Regular?
believe I can't believe
that.
Oh, that should be the
I
title.
can't believe that.
That should be the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
I can't believe that with Victor.
Yeah, it's
Diamond.
catchier than the Victor podcast.
That is catchier.
I don't know. The Victor podcast
I
has
like
something though.
Yeah, it's got something.
I like
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
How about a Monday morning quarterback? That's
Hey, that's pretty good.
that's a good one, right?
You release it on Mondays,
Yeah,
only during the NFL season.
only during
Yeah.
the NFL season. All right, let's
This
go.
is getting complicated.
All right,
Well, you know what?
Let's
Like,
hear-
you're the
Is
one.
there more of this?
Listen, I just want to say, I hear you making some disparaging remarks, none of them about the quality of the interview.
Well, we can't hear the interview.
Yeah, I wish we could.
I would love to hear.
right,
I would love to
so
hear a good interview
I
on this
just
show
wanna-
for once.
It sounds
wanna-
very interesting.
I want to make the distinction that the interview is not in question, that it is a solid piece of journalism.
Maybe, although I do say you were Victor, you were repeating. I can't believe that excessively. So I don't know.
Well, let's listen
I
to more
can't
of
believe
it.
that.
Okay.
What's wrong if I can't believe that?
There's more of this that we should listen to.
How come? Well, I get fucking crucified.
No,
For
No,
not
you're not.
believing
You're
that?
not being
whoa, whoa,
We're
crucified.
not attacking you.
Whoa, stop crying. Stop crying. You're okay. You're okay,
You're
buddy.
not. You're not
I
being
mean,
crucified.
where I do to Jew?
Hey,
Don't say crucified and Jew in the same.
Hold on, Victor. Yeah, don't worry about these guys. They don't mean to hurt your feelings.
I know that. Just sometimes they say something to me. I can't believe that.
All right.
That's his catchphrase.
All right, let's listen to more. There's more, right?
Well, it's current time. So let me find out what happened when you go to a dentist. What do you do?
Start getting really into the interview right around here.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know how
Wait.
much more of this I can.
Wait, what
play.
happened?
Well, that's interesting. Now, we come back after a short break.
That sounds great.
Do you do the music?
Okay, we're back.
No, I don't know whose music that is. We just found it online.
Okay. I don't think you.
Hey.
Yeah.
So that's where the ad would go.
That's what they advertise.
Turn up. Wait, is this back to the dentist?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're back from commercial.
Okay, yeah. You know, Tiny, I don't know if I can play any more of this. This is not pleasant to listen to.
I don't know. I think if you just can get past the buzzing and the
We
microphone
can't get past the
problem.
buzzing
can't
nor
hear
the
it.
microphone problems.
If you could, there's some. Okay, you could pause it if you want to. I will tell you what happened. I asked him some great question about being a dentist, and then because I asked him, you're afraid of the dentist? He said no.
So he's not afraid of the dentist. That's, I guess, ironic.
I said, how, when work or do you have candy?
Does he eat candy?
Does he eat candy?
What did he say?
He said he did.
Oh.
No, he said he do, but he floss afterward.
Directly afterwards?
Directly afterward.
The minute he's done with the candy bar, he rushes to the floss?
We did not get that technical about that.
You didn't get a timetable?
All right, you're right.
Anyway, the interview's great. Trust me.
All right, should we?
I
is
do
there
know
more?
that's no. I cannot play
There's no
anymore.
more, but I want to know how it ends.
Don't worry about it.
In good conscience, I cannot play any more of that interview,
Well,
guys. I'm
I
sorry.
appreciate you playing as much as you did because that was unlistenable.
Number 1 for
There we go. Number 14. A lot of people said that Victor and Tiny's podcast, where they interview the dentist, was one of their biggest laugh out loud moments of the year.
It was for me.
It's very funny.
It's really funny.
Very, very funny.
It's really, really funny.
All right, we need to take another break. When we come back, we'll have more Comedy Bang Bang after this. You ever joined a wine club and you hate all those snooty jerks who are in it, putting their noses in their glasses of wine and looking down at you because you don't know the difference between red and white? Well, guess what? Club W is not like these wine clubs. No! Club W is for you, the person who doesn't know a ton about wines. This is what they do. They partner with growers, not showers, vineyards and winemakers around the world. We're talking the full globe, baby. And what they do is they then deliver wine made out of the stuff that the growers and the vineyards and the winemakers all make. They deliver this wine directly to your door, all right? And they tell you about it so that you sound smart. And this holiday season, you can not only be smart, but be smart because you're saving money with Club W because shipping is waived on any any order. Excuse me, not any bottle, but any order of 6 bottles or more. Okay, so you order 6 bottles, they're going to waive the shipping. Perfect. Boom. Done. Plus, there's a 100% satisfaction guarantee, and that, as far as I'm concerned, is the highest number of percents you can go. You don't love your wine? Great. Club W is going to replace it at no cost to you. Go to clubw.com/bangbang. You're going to get a bottle on the house with your first order. That's clubw.com/bangbang to get started. Let our friends at Club W buy you a bottle, please. And then invite me over, please, because I would like some of this. Please? Contact me. Okay, see ya. Thanks. Bye. Comedy Bang Bang. We're back here with Paul F. Tompkins.
Hi.
He's wearing... Come on. Huh? You're wearing a tiny little flower on your lapel.
I'm wearing a tiny little flower.
Is it a real flower or is it
not a real flower. It's made of fabric, so I can wear it all year long, and
is
it will
part
never die.
of the coat when you bought it?
No.
Interesting.
No.
Does it travel from coat to coat, or is
It
this the only
travels
coat
from
on which it resides?
It travels from coat to coat.
Well, how exciting
You
for
see,
it.
it fastens by means of a button sewn into the back.
A little button.
So I can remove it and place it at my will.
Now, you should write a children's book about that flower because
I already
it
have.
Right?
It's called The Traveling Button Flower.
Wow, you brought it here.
Yes, here it is.
Let's read from it.
Absolutely. Just open this up. Sorry, I meant
a lot of loose pages in this children's book.
I meant to bind the pages together, but I haven't misplaced my glue pot. The Little Traveling Button Flower. Oh, what a day it was. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, the moon was there for some reason. What's happening? Are these the end times? That's as far as I've gotten.
What? That's a lot of pages, by the way. A lot of loose pages.
I wrote them out very big, the words.
It's always good to raise the specter of the end times. First page in a children's book.
I think kids need to know.
Yeah,
That's why I scared that girl behind the curtain. Kids need to know there's danger around every corner.
Oh, my goodness. Right before the break, we heard their twins, Jonah. That, of course, is Jonah Rain, Kumail Nanjiani. And then Brendan Small playing Victor and Tiny. And Brendan Small, people know from Metalocalypse, I believe is how you pronounce it.
Metalocalypse, that is correct.
He created that show and does a lot of the voices from it, and from home movies. And Brendan had a great year on the show, I think. As someone put it, he had one of the weirdest, one of the strangest appearance schedules in Comedy Bang Bang history, where he was on like episode 33, wasn't on again until 280, and then was on like 3 weeks later, and has been on all year long.
He was developing those characters, maybe.
Well, he was working on his show, and
to be fair,
and then he got a hold of me and said, "Hey, I want to do more podcasts," and so we've had him on all year, and he's been a great addition to the show this year, I think.
Welcome to the family, Brendan.
You're fam. All right, next up, we have to get to, or we get to get to.
We're going to get to.
We certainly are, whether we have to or get to. This is, on your countdown, this is number 13. Number 13.
Oh, now some say this is an unlucky clip.
So listen at your own peril.
Better throw a pinch of salt over your shoulder, you food waster.
Try to have some food over your shoulder, though. That way you don't waste it.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what? If you're
a superstitious sort,
if you made yourself a savory stew,
certainly.
I think that having a wide bowl of stew behind you is a good idea.
I think if you're a chef and you're grabbing little pinches of salt and you're putting it, why not just throw it over your shoulder into the stovepat?
You know what? Have fun with it. And make yourself like, those... do
what I do.
Do what I do. I direct traffic sometimes. And I like to have fun with it. So I dance around.
Steven
I come up
Soderbergh
with
type here, directing traffic.
Oh, why?
Why?
Why me? Why anybody?
Sorry to interrupt.
Do you think that makes Nancy Kerrigan a very selfless person? That when she was hit in the knee by Jeff Gillooly, right, and she says, "Why me?" Then she immediately says, "Why anybody?"
Did she? I don't know this.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the clip. Was it on camera?
It was on camera. Yeah. Why
he
me?
did this on camera?
Why anybody? Well, the aftermath was captured on camera. He'd like call a press conference. So, if without further ado, I would like to go ahead and hit this girl in the knee.
Oh my God. Okay, so it wasn't on camera. This was just her press conference that she said, "Why me? Why anybody?"
I don't
recall this.
Right after.
This is 25 years ago, right?
Right at. Oh, is it? That's crazy.
So.
Right after she got hit, there were cameras. Mm-hmm. So there must have been some press event that was going on. And so somebody had, because this is pre-camera phone.
Right.
So this was like an actual news camera
that's
capturing this. And she's on the ground. She's holding her knee. And she's crying in pain, saying, "Why me? Why anybody?"
Well, it's good that she, thinks globally, acts locally.
Yeah. Yeah. She acted locally and she had Jeff Gillooly assassinated.
What a weird story that is.
Really weird. Really, really weird.
I would love to see a TV movie about this. I mean, it's so
must
interesting.
have made one.
Oh, they probably did. So interesting to go try to break someone's leg because she's a good skater.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, I've talked about how this is number 13. This is, of course, episode 265. Do you remember this one, Paul?
Of course I do. I know them all by number.
Certainly. This is an episode entitled Live from Riot LA.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
I remember this one
boy.
very well.
Very well. Previous to this chunk of the episode, our good friend Tracy Reardon, who has been on the show several times, who is a 15, I believe, year old girl who has many piercings. She has her butt pierced, which is why she can't sit down for longer than a half hour, which is why she's never seen any movie. We talked to her for a bit, but I think people picked this episode because...
She saw one Woody Allen movie.
I think she did. What was it? Stardust Memories or something?
Like
she sat through that whole one and was like, this isn't for me. I'm not going to try to sit there in pain any longer. We talked to her for a bit, but this episode featured the debut of one of the more interesting guests that we've had come on in a while.
Curious fellow.
In a while. And this is...
Did you do it when you say it?
I know.
Well, now...
If not me, then who? This was the debut of crime fighter vigilante J.W. Stillwater.
That's right, from Cumberbatch County, Florida.
Now, we heard about his exploits over the course of the succeeding year. This is very early in the year. This is January, I believe the third week of January.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard from him several times, including we heard sort of the origin story of his arch nemesis in a succeeding episode with Cameron Esposito.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the first time we've ever heard from him, and I don't want to spoil anything about him. I just want to let you hear from him. This is J.W. Stillwater. By the way, this is a live episode. We shot it here in Los Angeles in front of a live audience, which is why there's an audience laughing.
Beautiful theater downtown.
And it is, so beautiful, the Downtown Independent. That square box. With nothing on the walls. But it's recorded a little differently. I would say the audio quality is slightly different.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's good once you're used to it. But that's why there's an audience, and that's why it's recorded a little bit different. This is J.W. Stillwater, along with Tracy Reardon and myself, in episode 265, live from Riot LA, number 13 on the countdown.
Number 1, 3.
Well, we're having a good time here at the Downtown Independent, and
it's a beautiful space.
It really is. If you ever want to do comedy, you dream about a space like that. Please, sir, we're in the middle of a show. Please, sir.
Who is that?
Please be quiet, sir. I'm talking to Tracy.
He's getting closer.
What is this?
He looks like the Hamburglar.
You heard some sirens?
Oh, look out! Oh, watch it! Uh-oh! Oh, no! What? What's that now? Hey, look out, y'all! I heard a crime go! I was in my HQ listening to my Bearcat scanner. I heard a crime go.
He heard a crime go?
I heard a crime go. Is y'all safe?
Sir, you can't just...
Well, I need an answer. Is y'all safe? Oh, man. I need verbal confirmation of safety. Mind if I sit down?
I mind everything. The sitting down, the grabbing the mic, the talking into it.
What's that now?
Wait, sir, who are you?
You didn't hear him sirens.
We're in the middle of a show. Why would we hear sirens?
Sirens.
Wait, is that or do you mean sirens? What?
Well, what you call sirens, I call sirens.
Okay.
But we're talking about the same thing.
Okay, great. So why would we hear sirens?
Man, because I was sitting in my HQ listening to my Bearcat scanner, and I heard a crime go. And so I rushed on over here.
For the listener.
Who? What you mean for the listener?
I'm about to explain it.
Oh, okay.
For people listening at home, people may be listening to this in their HQ, on their Bearcat scanners.
Right. Oh, y'all on Bearcat?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, man. I've been listening to Bearcat scanner all my life, never been on it. This is exciting. Hey, y'all out there in Bearcat land? I'm not doing crimes. Technically.
How does a crime go?
You have a Bearcat scanner?
Yeah, it's the only thing I listen to.
You know how on Bearcat scanner when it's like, you hear the cops talking and they're like, uh-oh, some crime's going.
Yeah, crime going on.
That's what I'm talking about.
So if it goes, it's going on.
Yeah, I heard a crime go.
Yeah. Where were you last night? I got attacked.
I was in. Oh,
wait, what?
Well,
what happened last night?
A crime goed last night. I was attacked when I was on the street.
I'm sorry, young lady. I wasn't here. I was patrolling my hometown.
Well,
keeping it safe.
Where's that?
In Florida.
Oh. Well, I needed you, but it's whatever.
What happened to you last night? But I mean, before we'll get to you, sir.
No, sure, yo.
Strange man who, by the way, is wearing a mask and a cape.
And a hat.
Okay, yeah. The hat isn't necessarily that much different than normal.
But it's detail is important in an accurate description.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Crime. If you find crime, you got to know this.
But Tracy, what happened to you last night? Are you
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely. Wait to get to me and who I am. For sure.
A young woman was attacked, sir.
No, I understand. Last night, but she's here safe and sound, so.
That's not very compassionate. I was walking home from my job at Baskin Robbins. I closed down the shop for the night, and a man came up behind me, grabbed my neck, very gently, but it was very scary. He grabbed both my ears, tugged on them. He was gone before I could even say, "Help me, Wanda."
Help me, Rhonda?
That's what I say when I need help.
Right. You and the Beach Boys, we share that in common.
Yeah. We both said, "Oh, we need help."
So he grabbed your
my
neck,
gently,
then with both hands
grabbed
tugged
my
on your ears,
gently,
and then boom.
Boom was gone.
Ooh, I got a crime question. When he's tugging on your ears, did you no longer feel the presence of his hands on your throat?
Exactly.
Okay, so it's a one-person job.
Well, I'm glad you're all right.
Thanks, I survived.
Doesn't sound like much of an attack.
But I'm a survivor, and that's what I'm going to go by from now on.
Okay. But
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Sir, here's what I know about you.
Right.
You're from Florida.
Let's review. I'm from Florida.
You have an HQ.
I have an HQ.
You have...
Oh.
Yes.
For the listener, Bearcat, HQ stands for headquarters.
Oh, I thought it was like an extra IQ.
Oh, like what?
Like if
maybe
you're really
one.
smart, you have an HQ.
But wouldn't it be a JQ?
Probably. So I don't have one.
I also know that you either own, rent, or are borrowing a Bearcat scanner.
I own a Bearcat scanner.
Okay. And your
on which I hear crimes go.
Your HQ you may be renting as well.
No, it's where I live.
You live,
but it's also my base operations.
But are you renting? Like, do you have a landlord or?
No, I own it. I built it myself. I built my own HQ.
You built your own HQ. And
that's right. I'm self-funded.
And this is your HQ is in Florida?
Yeah, that's right. In Cumberbatch, Florida.
Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
Like
it's about closest major city is probably St. Judas, about 200 miles outside.
But is that where Benedict Cumberbatch was born?
Who? Yo, there's crime going on all the time. I'm trying to fight some crime. We ain't got time for this shilly-shallying.
Shilly-shit.
What was the most recent crime you solved?
Oh, man. Well, it's still an open case. I haven't solved it yet, but a hammer got stole.
So you're some sort of masked vigilante, I'm guessing, or are you the alert system?
Well, I do have a mask and I do operate outside the law. And I'm sorry. Technically, I'm breaking the law, but I'm trying to keep the city safer.
Okay, so you hear about crimes.
I listen to my Bearcat scanner.
Sure, no, that's a heavily established.
I hear a crime go, and I'm out like a flash.
Sure, and do you go to the scene?
I hop in my fan boat.
Fan boat?
Yeah.
Florida, okay, so you have a fan boat.
That's right.
Is that the name of those things?
Fan boat.
A fan boat?
Fan boat.
Or a fam boat?
Fan boat? Like for the family?
What's a fan boat?
What is a fan boat? You're making up words. I don't know. Oh, what's a fan
boat?
Oh, a fan boat. It's one of those.
Who said it?
It's a boat's got a big fan on the back.
Sorry, gee.
Fan boat.
I feel like Dexter or Texter had one of those at one point.
Who?
Never
Dexter
mind.
Morgan.
That's a guy that you should have gone to try to catch.
Dexter Mathor fan?
No, he doesn't need to be caught because he's doing all the white crimes.
No, he's a guy. He needs to be caught because he's texting while he's driving.
Ooh, I don't like that. That's a crime.
Yeah.
It can wait.
But do you go to the scenes of the crimes then?
I go to the scene. Look, I hop my fan boat, souped up. It's all special. It's all tricked out.
So it's tricked out like a Fast and the Furious type of boat, or does it have like nitrous?
Too soon.
That's very insensitive.
Of Scott.
I'm sorry. I need to be more compassionate now.
Here's what I got. Here's what I got on my tricked out fan boat. I got you know how it's got a big fan in the back?
No, yeah, I've heard about that.
I tied streamers on there, so when it's going, like you can really tell it's going. People be like, "What was that there?"
So it's like cartoon speed lines.
You ever seen a gator do a double take?
No.
Man, I was zooming by this gator. This gator was like, whoa.
That's amazing.
I felt pride, which is a sin, but what are you going to do?
You're allowed one sin every once in a while, right?
That's right. Look, I am a mass vigilante. My name is J.W. Stillwater.
Oh, your name.
Yeah.
J.W. Stillwater.
Now, that's my vigilante name.
Oh, okay. So you have a secret identity.
Yeah, it's Eddie Lee Capers.
Eddie Capers?
Yeah, Eddie Lee Capers. That's,
your face.
Oh, no.
He just took off his mask. We all see his face.
I probably shouldn't have told you my real name.
Sure.
And I definitely probably shouldn't have taken my mask off. And tell you where I live.
And about your fast boat, in case we were trying to catch you.
And about my fast fan boat with the streamers.
Yeah, I would disable that boat before I burst into your house.
Not before I make some gators do a double take.
Do you want me to call you Eddie or Jay Lee?
Call Jay Lee. That wasn't one of the choices on offer.
Hey, it's on the table now, though.
No, off the menu. You call me JW or Mr. Stillwater.
So you'd prefer to be known as your vigilante name?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm in my uniform.
Okay. JW.
JW, yeah.
JW.
Now here's what y'all gotta know about me. During the day, I'm just a regular guy from Florida. I'm a fan boat mechanic. I fix fan boats all day and night.
And night,
I
really?
hardly ever sleep. I drink a lot of coffee. And I take diet pills. Then I'm listening to a Bearcat scanner. If I hear a crime go, I'm out like a shot, trying to solve the crime that the authorities are too cowardly to correct because the Cumberbatch Police Department is all corrupt.
They're corrupt, really?
Corrupt.
How do you know that? Have you come into contact?
I'm just assuming. I mean, that hammer's been missing for God knows how long.
Why doesn't the person just buy a new hammer?
Hammers is expensive. You priced hammers lately?
No, I haven't.
They cost more than you think. If there's a perfectly good one out there that somebody took from you, you want to get that hammer back rather than give in to crime and purchase a new hammer.
How much do masks cost? I haven't priced them out in a long time.
Masks are like, this is a mid-range mask. I'd say this one cost me about $6.99 at the party store. Mm-hmm. Now, they have a $3.99 version that's a little bit smaller, so it reveals more of the face. That's bad news in vigilante circles.
Maybe it's for a child.
For a chud? A cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller? Well, if they's got their own vigilante task force, we are all in a mess of trouble.
A child.
Oh, a child. Well, child shouldn't be child.
A
Is that the way
chillin'.
you say it?
A chillin'.
Chillin' shouldn't be vigilantes.
But maybe
Don't do it, kids.
it's a dangerous
It's
profession.
grown-up work.
Yeah. You ever gotten into a spot of trouble?
Oh, this one time I was investigating a crime. I was listening to the scanner. I heard, hey, we got a crime going on over here. There's a busted door hinge.
Wait,
I
that's
said
a crime?
Yeah, well, because it looked like it didn't get busted by itself.
Oh.
Had a little help. So I was like, I can't trust them Cumberbatch crooks to do the right thing. I better get over there and investigate that hinge. Hop in the fan boat. Turns out, right next door to my property. Got out of the fan boat. Did not need
Did kind of a circle?
to waste the fuel.
Yeah.
So I sneaked on over there, right? And I'm looking at that door hinge. I dusted it for prints. I threw dirt on it, rubbed it around. It was like, oh, the prints is gone. Then I heard a noise behind me. Who's that? Is it an arch villain who's trying to take me down? Because he wants to take control of Cumberbatch County? It's just old possum.
You knew it was old.
He's old, yeah. He had glasses on.
Now, I thought I'd seen everything when I saw that gator do a double take.
Yeah.
When I saw that possum with them, he had like some drugstore easy readers on. It's like perched on the end of his little pink nose.
But that's how you know an animal's old, based on what it's wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like possum is like, man, I can't see these carcasses as well as I used to. I almost ate a living thing the other day. I hate to admit it, but I got to get myself some glasses. This is what I presume the possum says.
They take off their bonnet at about 1 year of age.
That's right.
So cute, though.
Man, when you see a possum in a bonnet, and it's like trying to get it off, and it can't.
I saw that on YouTube.
Hey, I seen that. Do you think we seen it at the same time?
It's the new panda sneeze.
Sir, JW? You okay?
I just pictured a panda sneezing it. I never heard the like. Do pandas get colds and such?
And allergies and...
What do you think a panda's allergic to? I always have bamboo. That's his favorite food. Do you think, like, in a panda man's bathroom, if he gets one of them bamboo shower mats, do you think he ever, like, takes a shower, then he goes step on the mat, he's like, well, gotta eat it. And then he eats it up.
Yeah.
Then there's water all over the floor. His wife's gonna be sore at him.
Yeah. That's like if we had bath mats made of ice cream.
Yum.
It's not a bad idea.
Like,
I should contact Harris before he goes on Shark Tank.
It might be slippery, though, right?
You might
Might
want
be a little slippery.
like cotton candy or something a little harder.
What's the best food a bath mat could be made of, do you think?
I would say like probably like a meat of some kind.
You think just stepping onto a nice juicy T-bone?
Oh,
you
y'all,
get out of the
one.
shower?
I got one. A casserole. In a casserole dish.
But I feel like you're going to have to take a shower again immediately when you dry your feet.
Oh, as opposed to all these other foods, little miss? Your story's full of holes.
I'd be afraid if it were a casserole that you would think it was cold, but then you'd step on it and the middle would be warm, scalding hot, and you'd burn your feet.
Like the opposite of a microwave prepared casserole, where it's cold in the middle?
I don't know.
So it's cold on the outer edges, but scalding hot in the middle.
Yeah, because things get cold from the outside.
This boy needs to take a cooking class.
You've taken cooking classes?
Of course I have.
How many years?
Oh, I want to say better part of a decade. Pretty good cook.
What's your best dish?
Sandwiches.
Do you cut the crust off?
Sure I do. I'm not an animal. We think I'm something inside a possum.
Cooking at my school. If you would have come with me to school, you would have had a cooking class. You would have known how to make a bunch of stuff like sponge
Let's
toast.
talk about this later. There's a weird
Scrambled
man in a
eggs.
mask over here.
Oh, a hero you mean? I go out there at night and I patrol Cumberbatch County with all my special fancy gadgets.
So this is only at night?
Yeah, I can't be seen in the light of day.
Okay.
Because I prey on the criminals of Cumberbatch. They're a cowardly, superstitious pile of people.
What would happen if like a crime broke out right now in the audience?
Ooh, if a crime went right now in this audience, I'll be out there like a shot. Unfortunately, I don't have my special gadgets with me.
What's your gadget?
Yeah, what are your gadgets?
Well, I used to have a hammer, but it got stolen.
Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this. This is an exciting show. We made a new friend.
Is this typical of what happens?
Yeah.
Is this how this was supposed to go?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
You provided some interesting details about your life. And
Look, I just want people to know crime is everywhere. Y'all got to be careful. And don't get done by a crime. If you hear a crime, get out of there. But don't talk to a policeman because they's corrupt.
And now, is this anywhere or just
anywhere? 911 is a joke.
Do you have any sort of similar way to wrap up your character, Tracy? Overruled snap.
Overruled snap. That's gotta hurt.
hurt.
Help me, Wanda. Live your life. Always be the best. Always climb up high.
Yep.
That's right.
Great.
Keep your caviar close and your dreams closer.
Now I have to top that.
Here we go. We have a closing sentiment off.
Freestyle closing sentiment off.
If you wear a top hat, you're always the tallest person in the room.
All right, JW, your turn.
Even a turtle falls on his back without the help of a friend.
Tracy, you're up.
If a puppy wants a home, it has to climb on top of the other puppies to get out of the box.
JW.
Fool a man twice, he fishes today. Fool a man twice, shame on me.
Tracy.
If you're in a hot air balloon, don't look down because that's where you die.
JW.
You may dream big, but don't forget to big your dreams.
Tracy.
If you see a duck paddling in a circle, it's lost.
JW.
Don't take candy from strangers, but take strange candy from you.
Tracy.
If you've lost your tooth in the last 10 years, you're probably a kid.
JW. JW. Oh, you ran out of time. Oh, Tracy, you're the winner. Oh, that's been our show. Thank you, Riot Festival.
Number 1, 3.
Oh, great stuff.
Great stuff indeed.
That closing sentiment off was one of the, in my opinion, the greatest moments and totally unexpected. And
yeah.
And one of the reasons to do this show without any kind of a plan or any kind of a safety net, because the guests we have on this show are up to the task of doing stuff like that.
Moments like that when, and look, I'm going to,
you're going to
much like the audience is a 4-year-old girl at Thanksgiving. I'm going to pull back the curtain.
Oh no, don't do it.
And J.W. Stillwater, of course, is me. And of course, the origin of that character was a voice that I did just out of nowhere for 2 seconds on one of these best of episodes.
Right. What? Yeah, because we heard a siren.
Yeah.
And you just said, y'all hear them sirens?
Y'all hear them sirens? And so I don't know why that's stuck in my brain.
Well, also
but because we talked about it at the time.
We talked about it, and I think people wrote to you saying, "Hey, that's a great new character. You should do it." And 3 weeks later, you did it for the first time at a big important live show. You told me you were going to do it. And I was kind of like, this is a live show with lots of fans. I wonder if shouldn't we be doing something that like is one of their faves or something? But that's what I love about you, Paul, is you're not one to rest on your laurels. You have created great new characters this entire time, the entire 5.5 years now that we've been doing this show. You keep pushing yourself and not just doing the thing that people expect from you and the same old thing.
Well, that is important to me because I feel like it as a performer, this stuff can become stale after a while,
much like bread.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, bread does become stale after a while.
Why don't you keep your bits in some sort of a pantry?
I wish I had, like you have a bread box. I wish I had a box that I could keep my characters in.
Would it have to be bigger or smaller than a bread box?
It would have to be bigger than a bread box.
Certainly. Because they're human beings.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've never seen a loaf of bread that's the size of a human being, although I would like to.
I would like to be baked inside a loaf of bread.
And then given to a prisoner?
Yeah, given to a prisoner. That's cakes, I think.
Isn't
it strictly cakes?
That's Cake Boss's bailiwick.
Who?
Oh, never mind. But you do a lot of characters on the show.
But this year has been important to me. A thing that I wanted to do this year, and that was the beginning of it, was to create characters that were not based on actual people and just completely make somebody up. And so that was to me, I thought twice about doing it at a live show, a character that no one had ever seen before.
But the third time you thought about it, you said, hey, let's do it.
Yeah. I thought twice, then I thought 3 times. That third time made all the difference.
Good advice. Think 3 times before you do anything.
3 times before you do anything.
But yeah, a great new addition into the canon of your characters. Thank you so much.
And I think my first time appearing with Lauren Lapkus, who is I absolutely adore her, and I think
Lauren,
she's
of course,
amazing.
plays Tracy Reardon as well as some other characters, and you two are the best, and that was a great live show.
You're sweet to say.
Speaking of sweet, let's listen to one of those sweet commercials. We'll be right back with
Get it in your ear holes.
We'll be right back with more Comedy Bang Bang. Hey everyone, Scott Aukerman here, and every week you hear me read ads for supportive and smart companies like NatureBox, Squarespace. Great companies. These guys love my show. Thank you to them. But you know why they love advertising on my show is because the ads work. Listeners like you actually go and buy these products. It's a win-win, which is the ultimate type of situation. A win-win. It's also a win-win-win because you guys like listening to the show. So, and it's a win-win-win-win because you guys like buying the products that I talk about on the show. So, the sponsors have found a platform that works for them, and it allows me to keep making this show and keep it free. Now, if you have a company, and I hope that you all have one, everyone should have their own company, in my opinion, you can be a winner too just by advertising on the show. The company that books my ads is called Midroll. They take good care of the advertisers. They keep the process simple for everyone involved, and the podcast ads work. 65% of Comedy Bang Bang listeners bought a product they heard about on this show. So if you have a company, go check out the website at midroll.com/bangbang. Click contact, let them know you're interested in advertising on Comedy Bang Bang. They also represent a bunch of other great podcasts like Professor Blastoff, How Did This Get Made? That's midroll.com/bangbang, midroll.com/bangbang. Hopefully I'll be reading about you on this show. Comedy Bang Bang, we're back. This is the best of part one.
We're back, baby!
We're back, baby.
From that commercial.
Which one?
The commercial we just
Calgon
had.
Take Me Away? Oh.
Oh, he's a Chinese
I thought you were
secret.
saying that We're Back, Baby was from that commercial.
Yeah, from that
From
commercial.
that famous commercial.
Yeah, the famous commercial.
Where's the beef?
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
We're back, baby.
Yeah.
We are counting down your top 15 episodes, and we've heard 15, 14, and 13, and this is the final clip that we'll hear in this part one. This is episode, in your countdown, number 12.
Number 1, 2.
Number 12.
I like you to say in your countdown, like you're an alien. By the way, you measure episodes of this program.
I'm sort of saying it too, like, well, this wouldn't be my number 12. But hey, you pick this shit.
Well, once again, the audience got it wrong.
We've been, Paul, sort of pulling back the curtain a lot on this. We don't traditionally do that, but I feel like sometimes, since these are the first episodes that people hear, they're trying to figure out what the show is.
Exactly.
So it's good for us to sort of pull back the curtain and talk about the actual performers who do a lot of the work on this show.
Yeah, because there's morons listening to this with their finger up their fucking noses.
And their butts. Yeah, one
at
in
the
their
same
nose,
time.
one in their
Yeah,
butt.
yeah.
They're like, let's see what I can get out of these things.
Yeah. Sitting there drooling, buck-toothed morons, idiots.
They pop their fingers out of their butts
That's
and
right.
their nose, and then they put it together and they mash whatever they got. So it's like a booger shit mashup.
Booger shit mashup.
Booger shit mashup. Booger shit mashup. So we've been talking about that a little more than we normally do, but
it's time, I think, right?
It's time. This is I want to do that before we set up this clip. This is episode 266, The Calvin's Twins. Now, this was a mere one episode later from the last clip that we heard.
That's nuts.
So 2 episodes in a row that wound up on your top 15. So
Your top 15.
Not my shit. But this was an episode with Taran Killam, who is currently on Saturday Night Live, and Paul Britton, who was on Saturday Night Live, and they were both on together. They're good friends. They enjoy appearing on this show together.
Sure. Why wouldn't they?
Why not? They're friends.
Yeah.
And they work well together.
Yeah, they do.
This, I believe they've done 2 episodes together, and this was their second one. And what I like about these guys is they come in with 0 plan. Mm-hmm. They come in and they may have an idea, but as I recall, this is what happened on this episode. Taran and Paul looked at each other and said, what do you want to do today? And that's what happens on the show a lot is we say, hey, what do you want to be today? We never know. We don't have a plan coming in. They looked at each other, and I think it was Taran said, I was thinking we could be like people who own horses. And then he looked at Paul and like, is that okay? And Paul said, great, let's do it. And that's all they really knew about each other.
Wow.
Was they were people who owned horses. So this is one of the craziest episodes, I think.
Pretty crazy.
There's so we're just going to play about 20 minutes of it or so, but there's so much weird detail in this episode. This is one of the quickest transitions, by the way, from the podcast to the TV show, because pretty much
absolutely.
Pretty much a month after they taped this episode, they then appeared, they taped their episode of the TV show as these characters, but we had forgotten all the details, and so I had my assistant listen to this episode and write down every detail so that we could then try to recreate it on the TV show.
I would love to see that document.
That email is so crazy. She sent it to all of us, and we just started laughing at it, of the stuff that's in it. It's really nuts. You're going to hear it right now. This is, of course, the chronicling of Beaver, Hopox, and Chico Hands.
I don't even remember.
This is, of course, the Calvin's twins, and this is number 12.
Number 1, 2.
That sounds like two distinct knocks. And that's a third kind of horseish knock, like a galloping knock. Well, I may as well open the door.
Excuse me, brother.
Hello? Hi, guys.
I was wondering if you could find the time to refrain and direct me where I must entertain and begin to comb the mane of my this here prize fighter.
Wait, you want me to refrain from continuing to talk? Is that what you're saying?
Don't parse his words too closely.
Okay. What are you asking me? You're asking me if I can find a what? Who are you?
My name is Bever Hopox.
Bever Hopox. Okay.
Bever Hopox.
Oh, right. I was saying it wrong. Bever Hopox.
And I am Chico Hands.
Chico Hands, you rascally dog.
Bever, don't you call me that.
Chico.
Wait, are you guys...
Get out of here. You mind if I sit down? My knees aren't as good as they used to.
Yeah, please,
on
guys.
account of all them days jockeying about.
Oh, sure. Have a seat. My real guest took off.
Thank
so
you.
it's
Your
actually
name,
taking up some
son?
time. My name is Scott Aukerman. It's
Scott Aukerman.
Very nice to meet you guys. Bever?
Handsome, strong face. Bever.
Bever?
Bever Hallpox.
Oh, Bever Hallpox. And then Chico
Like
Hands.
Beaver, but Bever.
Oh, got it. And you guys don't seem to be friends because you were just calling each other names.
We're frenemies.
This sissy fanny, baloney nanny.
Oh, now.
Goob gob danny.
Oh, now.
Flip flop. Panhandling fool.
Wow.
Is a necessary means to an ends.
Oh, okay.
And this right here. Stupid head.
That's not as good as what he
Is
said.
a man I have known for too long.
Okay. Well, how do you guys know each other? You said you were a jockey? Is that what you?
Oh, in my younger, more healthy, more ambitious years, but I've since retired into the ostentatious, hypervacious, dualicacious world of prize horse fighting.
Prize horse fighting.
That's right, sir.
Prize horse fighting. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
You heard him correct.
Oh, no, I know I did because I repeated it 3 times.
Yeah,
you never said you heard me incorrectly.
Yeah, yes.
By the way, do you mind saying everything that I hear correctly on this show? Just pointing it out?
Done. Will do.
If there's
Did
one
I hear
thing,
that correctly?
You heard it correctly.
Thank you so much.
The one thing I will give my friend Chico credit for is his ear-locking, lip-popping, flip-flopping, kaplopping.
Said flip-flopping again.
Containment of the spoken word.
So you flip-flop a lot, I'm getting.
I'm a flip-flopper, yes.
What are some of the issues that you
the reason I
flip-flopped on?
said flip-flop twice is because he is not a flip-flopper.
Oh.
He is stubborn as a mule, and there ain't no space for mules in the world of horse fighting.
No. Well, I want to get back to this. What is horse fighting? I've never heard of this. I mean, I've heard of horse racing. Is that what you're saying?
Child's play.
No, it's just what it sounds like. It's two horses punching each other. What? Yeah.
Punching each other.
Is he? You want to find yourself a prize thoroughbred who gonna race around the track and win you a pretty flowered cap? That's fine. That's all good and fine. But what we're looking for is a special breed, a special type of horse, a powerful horse with a great upper body strength who looks good in a pair of satin shorts.
And is angry and mean, and he wants to punch.
Punch. That's the thing that I've heard of horses like stampeding and trampling people.
That's just in their blood, but it takes a special kind of horse who can give a big punch.
Stand up on his hind legs. Rear that beautiful mane,
twisting that tail to
Just
and
the mane?
fro. Ooh, that was not a horse. That was Chico.
Yeah, I noticed that, Chico.
Punch.
And just punch.
punch, till that other horse is down for the count.
Boom.
Oh, so it's horses punching other horses. So it's not humans.
Son, you sure ain't gonna get a human in the ring with no horse and gonna last more than 2 seconds?
You wanna fight one of our horses? They'll punch you with their hooves.
Good luck, because you get butts and seats, but it ain't gonna be a long bout.
That sounds inhumane. You're right. Yeah. No, but the horses punching each other. That's okay.
Sure.
Punching each other in their horse faces.
How do you train a horse to do it? I've never seen a horse punch.
You either got it or you don't. There ain't no training involved.
No training.
They want to do it, or they don't.
So then how do you find the horses to do it? Is it just merely leading every horse you ever see into a ring, seeing if they punch?
Scotty, you ever see the video of a horse being born?
Sure, yeah, I remember
It's
that
a
one.
beautiful
Newborn
thing.
baby.
It's beautiful
Howard
alive.
Kramer has a video about
They
that.
come out
Newborn baby
walking.
Yeah.
That's why horses is more incredible than human beings. They know
true.
things from the start.
That's
Come
true.
out walking and so slippery.
Slippery.
Yeah,
just covered in their mama's juice.
Mm-hmm.
And every
covered in
every one of them covered in their mama's juice.
That's true. I mean, would be impossible not to be.
It's
what helps lubricate the birth.
Once in a blue horse moon, you find a horse that pop right out, ready to punch,
and just punches its
just
mother.
Ready to punch his mama in the juice flap.
Angry.
So you then find these horses by going to horse births.
That's
And
right.
then-
You have to be there. It's a very only one horse in maybe 7,000 is born with a good punch.
Is it like Trouble with the Curve, where you're like out
It's
on
exactly
scouting?
like Trouble with the Curve.
Trouble with the Curve.
I got a
With
bone
the
to
nail
pick
on the
with
head.
Trouble with the Curve.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's sidebar the horses for a minute. Let's talk about Trouble with the Curve.
I told him. What did I tell him, Chico? I said, I will sit in a room and I will make a deal for the life rights of Chico and Beva's life as competitors in horse fighting, punch fights. If only Chico be played by Clint Eastwood and I be represented as the beautiful, multi-talented, excellent variety show host, Justin Timberlake's.
And then what?
And they took our lives and they made it about baseball.
Stole our life. Stole our
Anybody
movie.
can throw a ball with some red stitches on it. It takes a special breed of horse to throw a punch.
Oh God, this is disgusting. I can't believe they would do that to you. But that's Hollywood.
Clint
for you,
Eastwood
I guess.
is a low down, confound, blue block. Flip-flop.
Oh, you agree? He flip-flops,
He's a
Chico.
flip-flopper.
He's a one-time flip-flopper because that guy don't hold to nothing.
It doesn't negate itself.
I've heard him say, "Don't make my day."
What?
Do not make
Incredible.
my day.
Incredible.
That's what he's known for.
Why would he do that?
How could he say, "Don't make my day"? When everybody wants him to make the
That's
day.
like saying Arnold Schwarzenegger saying he won't be back.
He got to come back.
He has to come back. Did you know that Arnold Schwarzenegger has come back to every single place that he's ever said he'd be back to?
That's right, because
He's a man of
Arnold
his word.
Schwarzenegger is a flip Schwarzenegger, clip Schwarzenegger, return to Marginator. That's who Arnold Schwarzenegger is.
But he's a man of his word.
That's
He
right.
is. He is. Well, so you're there at the birth.
You gotta be there at the birth.
Yes, sir.
Does that take up most of your time?
Most of it, yeah.
Takes up most of your life.
Most of it, yeah.
Most of your life, but you can't do nothing else.
You gotta be that first human face that a horse sees,
If he don't connect to you.
and that's the only way you're gonna be his
That's
promoter.
Right. That's right.
So you gotta be there from the get-go.
Right. The bond between a horse fighter and his promoter is one of the strongest bonds between any two living creatures.
Stronger than the jockey horse?
Nah, I was a jockey, right?
was
So
a
no
jockey.
knocks. It's a hard life, but you're just sitting up there whipping. That's really it.
That's right. Is that the secret to jockeying, really?
Jockey is really just horse whipping.
side to side.
So
And,
you don't whip the horses.
cutting down on breads.
you don't whip the horses to make them punch each other. Then
You don't need to.
No, they just come out
You don't
doing
need
it.
to. You gotta whip them to not punch.
Oh, okay. Do you really whip them to not punch?
Listen, from time to time, a horse get too close to another horse with no money on the line. Because I ain't in the business of free punching.
Right.
I'm in the business of making money from horse punching.
Sure.
So if my horse start wasting his punch for free, I'll whip you back in your crowd.
That when you whip them. The only thing I ever have to do to get a horse to punch, I just whisper something in their ear.
You a gentler man, and that's why you ain't won no fights.
Oh,
in too long.
Don't you start.
In a too long
Don't you start.
song, flip flong.
Come on, I will.
Chimichanga Landville. That's where you need to go back to, because
no.
you ain't no horse fight winner.
I will whisper into a horse's ear something about the other horse. Something. I'll say, listen there, Cinnamon. You know what older
Papa's delicate condition.
Older,
great horse.
Delicate condition.
Old Papa's
You know
delicate
what?
condition.
If Mandy Patinkin was a horse, was saying about you. He says you ugly horse. He says your mane looks stupid.
What? A horse fighter's very insecure.
He says your mane is from a style common to horses of the 1990s.
What? And horses understand English?
Yeah.
Fighting horses do.
I've heard of the horse whisperer, but the fighting horse whisperer?
Yeah.
That's you?
Well, that's any promoter.
Yeah.
Oh, Chico.
I'm like that horse whisperer, but I don't. They do a lot of shush.
Oh, they're just saying shush? Is that the
I
secret
don't
to
know.
horse whisperers?
I don't pet him.
Hey, shut up.
No.
Hey, shh.
Hey,
Shut up.
Hey, shut up.
Hey,
Shut your
up.
mouth. You
Hey,
hear what
shut
that
up.
other horse saying about you?
Shut up.
He said you hair stupid.
My God. So now you say 1 in 7,000 comes out punching.
Yes, sir.
How many horses have you met then that actually do this?
In my day,
yeah?
A handful, under a dozen. But I'd say one's worth they oats, maybe three.
Very
maybe
few.
three.
How many
good
do you
fighters.
represent?
I represent 4 myself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really just the same 7 horses punching themselves at each other for their entire lives.
We've cornered the market on corner fighting horses.
So you guys have been at cumulatively 49,000 births.
Yes.
That's fast math.
And
you are correct.
Approximately.
Wow. So just shy of 50,000 births in your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, sir.
How many do you fit in a day?
Well,
How long have you been
the
doing
math. You're the math guy. We've been at it for 20 years.
20 years, 50,000 births.
Oh, he's got his calculator phone out now.
24/7.
Okay, so 20 years, 50,000 birds.
Look at him with that calculator phone.
Fast fingers. Boy, if you was a horse, I'd be showing up to your birth.
So you've been at collectively 1,250 per year.
Sure.
So that's approximately 4 a day.
400 a day?
That's right.
It's 4 a day.
Horses are maybe the horniest animal there. That's why it's called horny. Horse-knee. It started Latin root was horse-knee.
Of course.
I'm feeling a little bit inclined to, fornicate because I'm feeling horsey.
Feeling horse-knee.
Horse-knee.
But then people start
say,
getting confused
that
about what
sounds-
your
horse
throat
knee, your
hurts?
throat is going on. You got hay fever. No. Just cut out this.
Cut out
and
this.
just make
You
the
got something there.
horny.
Make it horny.
So then when Austin Powers started saying that he was horny, how did you guys feel about that?
Well, he was not inaccurate. He was horny.
Yeah. And at first,
And he didn't give us credit. But
No, at first I thought he did, right? Because he had them horse teeth in there, and I thought he was making a very, very clever nod to
Subtle.
the root of the word.
Very subtle.
But at the end of the day, he didn't give anyone
He
credit.
didn't. He doesn't know a thing about the world of horse fights.
So it's okay.
That is one thing you can say about Austin Powers. He does not know anything about that world.
Never mentioned
He's
it.
from Britain.
Doesn't know about it. Don't talk about it.
Is
We
this
always say.
purely an American sport?
Not even.
Really? I don't know what that means when you say not even to that question.
It's kind of localized to about 5-6 states.
Oh, okay.
5-6, not the 5 or 6 you'd think.
So
I'd love to hear about them.
Sure.
It's
Montana.
gotta be,
What?
Yeah, it's got to be in 25 states in order to be an American sport.
That's right. We tried to get it registered under the sports.
Can I ask you guys a
guild.
question?
Yeah.
Are you guys the only guys who do this?
Sadly, yes.
Very sadly, yes.
Sadly, yes. We try to get our friends involved. We put together parties with like chips and dip and some cocktails. Say like, get involved in this business. Real great. You bring in 3 friends, they make money for you, and then sure you're making money for us. But as it grows, you're getting a bigger portion of the pie.
Yeah, but surprisingly to us, our friends find it distasteful.
Well,
they say, "What are you talking about?"
But
And we say, "It's horses fighting."
Right, then you reiterate the concept
and they
of
say,
it.
Well,
what are they racing?
We got dark friends too. They're like, what? They biting each other. They kicking each other with their hind legs.
Oh.
Well, no. Red light.
Clean
red
fight.
light.
Clean fight.
No, they punching.
They're punching each other.
They're reeling back, taking a full roundhouse swing at each other.
Roundhouse, uppercut,
They jabbing. They hooking.
Rabbit.
They flip-flop looking.
Flip.
They coming and cooking. Their feet just a hoofing.
Yeah.
And it's all we can do to convince them not to tell the authorities about this.
How do you do that? I mean, that's the most amazing part of the story, that your
I
friends are
whisper
quiet
to
about
them.
it. Oh.
I said, "Phew, shut up.
That's right.
Just shut your damn
You
mouth.
hear what-
If you don't tell. If you don't want a horse to punch you in your stupid jaw, you'll shut up about this whole thing."
Wow. And so they've kept quiet
They
at this
kept
point.
quiet. They
And
kept
yet
quiet.
you guys are on a podcast talking about it.
What's a podcast?
Oh, okay. I see what's happening. You guys just came by to rap?
Yeah.
We're here to promote.
Oh,
well, that's
okay.
what I was asking you to give us directions to the promotation, infiltration, previous nation,
Promulgation.
There you go, Chico.
Talking nation.
So you guys are
Speechification.
you guys are adversaries, but are you actually just friends?
Well, we're twins.
Oh, I should have seen that. I mean, you're both 4'9".
We're
jockey size.
twins.
4'9". We got it. Big old shoes.
I find it hard
It's
to
sorta-
distinguish features on people as short as you. To be frank, I'm so tall; it's very hard to see down
It's
there.
like trying to tell 2 mice apart.
You can't do it.
Good luck.
We try to get into mice fighting.
They won't fight.
They won't fight because they be like, "Hey, is that me? Is that a mirror?"
But they'll wrestle. They will wrestle.
Oh, so is that a side gig for you, or did you just kind of
too
abandon it?
homoerotic for us? Nobody wants to see a
We're
bunch of
glad-
boy mice rolling around on the floor.
We're glad you did bring it up.
Another time, we're a little more old-fashioned.
Okay.
We tried it and we got out of it.
So you guys have grown up together. What did you? And you're old men at this point. Were you a jockey as well, Chico?
I didn't much care for riding them.
I'd love to hear more about your life then. I mean, what were you doing while Bever Holpox? And by the way, why do you have 2 last names? I'd love to bring that up at some point, but let's talk about first what you were doing while Bever was a jockey.
Law school.
Okay, great. Now let's move on to the name thing.
Right.
You're Bever Holpox. You're Chico
Correct,
Hands.
sir.
What went down there?
Scott.
All 4 of those are nicknames.
Oh, okay.
None of those are given names at all.
None of them. Okay. They all sort of stage names, but not as phony as stage names because we earned them.
Oh, earned them?
We earned them.
Yeah, you know, nicknames picked up along the way.
Oh, I see, yeah.
My real name is Smith.
Okay. What's your last name?
My name is Smith Calvins.
Smith Calvins. And then what would your name be, Chico?
Jones Calvins.
Okay. So the Calvins boys, the Calvins twins.
That's right.
Hey, who are you? Our mother? God rest her soul.
how did
her
she
beautiful,
die?
beautiful soul.
Or is she still alive, but her soul is dead?
No, she's dead.
She's dead
Her
as a-
soul dead as well.
She's dead as a beaten, punched to death horse.
How many horses have died? And we'll get to how your mom died. How many horses have died, speaking of this?
Scotty, the fight don't stop till the horse dead.
Yeah.
Wait! So you guys have gone through only 7 horses. How many fights?
Oh, no, I thought you were saying how much we represent now.
What's this now?
There's seven
that are
left.
survivors.
Oh,
that count.
so you've been through even more births than just the 50,000 that we've talked about.
Well, no, because what's the math? If there's 50,000 births,
1 in 7,000 comes out punching. So you have 7 currently.
7.
So that's
And you
49,000. So you've been to even more. How many have died at this point?
Musta. You know, we go to like
a horse funeral a week.
We go to what?
So
at least.
How long have you been doing this?
About 20 years.
20 years. I got wait now. I got out of law school, and then we started right
you
after.
You got out of law school, then you came and you stayed at my place.
I crashed
whilst I was, in the sunset years of my jockeying.
So this is 10,000 horses have died.
Maybe.
Yeah, after a while, you have to stop counting, or it just gets too hard.
Well, I mean, you've had 10,000 horses died. In order to get those 10,000 horses, you had to have been at 70 million horse births in the 20 years. Guys!
Is that all? You gotta laugh. That's what we say in the horse fighting business.
We got it. That's how you start the fight. And, in normal boxing, be like, let's get ready to rumble. There ain't many people there, so you don't even need a microphone. So we just say, folks, you gotta laugh. Now, for your enjoyment, 2 horses that are gonna punch each other.
2 angry horses.
Sure, of course.
When you see as many crushed horse jaws as we do on a daily basis. You gotta laugh.
Wait, how many? You're going to one funeral a week. How many horses' jaws are crushed daily?
You know how much earth it takes to bury a horse. So we're backlogged.
Wait, it's not adding up, guys, because you're saying that at least...
Let's just say we got a big freezer. Let's only say
10 horses are dying a day?
Oh, minimum.
Oh my!
You gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh, but you gotta get butts and seats.
How many people come to? You say no one comes to watch this.
People are in shouting distance.
Why are you doing? Sorry to spit across the room, but why are you doing this? No one watches. You
gotta do what you love. You gotta follow your passion. You gotta do what you love.
Number 1, 2.
All right, number 12. Crazy.
I didn't realize they really had so little idea of what they were going to do.
They never have any idea what they're going to do, and that's what's really interesting about those 2 episodes that they do together is...
What is the other one that they did?
They did the other one... Let me look it up.
Sure.
Currently, I'm on the Wikipedia page.
Look it up. Look it up, Scotty. 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 Look it up.
I got it.
Oh, I couldn't go any higher.
They also do episode number from June 17, 2013, 225 Super Chums, where they played the musicians Mark Johnson Sr. and Lon Smudge, who are both in a band. They're both in like a Viagra style band.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and they never have anything planned out,
band,
which is really thrilling for me as a host to just really find and explore and poke and prod them and try to figure out exactly where this is going to go and find out all the crazy details that those 2 guys can come up with. Really a lot of fun and a wonderful addition to the Comedy Bang Bang canon from those 2 guys.
Welcome to the family, guys.
Speaking of welcome to the family, it's about time for you to turn off this podcast and welcome your family and stop ignoring them.
Yeah. And which I hope you've been. I hope you've been ignoring them.
I hope you have been ignoring your family this holiday season.
I hope you're not trying to maintain a conversation with someone while you're listening to this podcast.
No, that would be insanity.
It would be rude.
It certainly would.
It would be rude to us.
We are going to be back here on Christmas Day.
Whether you like it or not.
So I hope that when you wake up and you go rush out there to see if Santa drank your milk and ate your goddamn cookies, you also turn on your iPod.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be there waiting for you.
Turn that iPod on. Flip the iPod switch to on.
That big light switch on the back of your iPod.
That's right.
Just flip it
It's not
on.
just for show.
Nope. Flips it on.
May I also do a little pluglet?
Yes, of course.
Christmas Day, for some reason, an episode of my show, No You Shut Up, is airing today.
Oh, good.
All new episode.
So on Thursday, when this new episode comes out, the part 2 of our countdown, because this is coming up on Monday. This is the 20-something. 21st, maybe? Yes.
So
22nd.
on Christmas Day, here's what you can do. You can download this episode, the next episode of
yes.
this.
The next episode, yeah.
And enjoy that. That's your daytime activity.
Okay.
Then at night, turn on Fusion.
When the sun goes down,
Turn on
Fusion goes on.
That's right. Not Fuse. Fusion. Or you can watch it on Apple TV on the Fusion app.
How do you do
there.
it on Apple TV? Because they have an app that
There's a Fusion channel now on Apple
and you can
TV.
just watch the stuff for free.
You can
on
watch
it?
the stuff for
There's
free.
no login.
You don't
or
have
sign
to.
in?
You don't have to fucking have cable.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just have an Apple TV.
It's just there.
This is great news. Because I tried to watch your show and I have most channels, but for some reason I don't have Fusion. And I've been stymied up to this point.
Well, you can catch up.
But I do have an
on-
Apple TV.
You can catch up on the first 2 seasons. They're all up there.
Oh, good.
And then we're just a couple episodes into the new season.
That is good news.
Yeah, it's real good news. But it's our year-end special. We're looking back at the year that was.
Ooh, baby.
Me and a bunch of puppets.
Love it. And you are not a puppet.
Am I not?
All right, we're going to be back on Thursday, Christmas Day. Thank you to Paul F. Tompkins, and we will see you then. All right, thanks. Bye. Thanks for listening to the show. Join the direct-to-consumer wine revolution this holiday season and let Club W deliver you excellent small lot wines at an affordable price. You're not going to get these anywhere else, and you'll get a better deal than at your local retailer. Go to clubw.com/bangbang. You'll get a bottle on the house with your first order. That's clubw.com/bangbang to get started. Let our friends at Club W buy you a bottle.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Aukerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com